Okay. Okay. Are there brackets? Yeah. Alright, so I think we're gonna clean up the UI a little bit here. I think that's fine. There you go. We'll go into first person once the actual duel starts. Pretty exciting, pretty exciting. Let's see who we have here in terms of duelists. Gladiators enter the arena. Who are you betting on winning? You know, let's find out. Let's find out. Let's find out. All right, we got Trix PK. I heard, according to legend, he is Cypher PK's cousin. I'm just kidding. I don't know. He is a. Looks like he is a Magicka Nightblade. Looks like the brackets are being created right now. So we have Incentia. He is a what seems to be an Orc Magplar. Interesting builds. Okay, so we got absolutely Terror Bad. Very nice fashion statement. We got Sorcerer, Stam Sorcerer.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, hello, I can hear you.
Hey, sorry about that.
And we got Battletoads.
I'm going to... Sorry, what?
No, what? No, I said you're good.
I'm going to plug your Twitch in the announcements, that way the people who are trying to watch can find you.
Perfect. Brackets are being made right now?
Yes, brackets are being made, so
Hell
we are
yeah.
waiting to make sure that people who signed up are actually going to be able to make it. That way, if we have to shift things around, it doesn't have to be a whole deal.
Okay, so we have Battletoads. It's a Argonian Templar, it seems. Two-hander on the back. Maybe indicative of a Stam build. We'll see what happens. Devout Lion. It's a Goblin. That's all you guys need to know.
Went pretty well today.
What happened today?
I was watching your stream, and it seems like your raid groups went pretty well.
Yeah. We're getting there. We're gonna get
Nice.
soon. Who is this? Who is this mysterious sprinting, map reading duelist? Who is
And
this?
you were at the house, it
can't
looks
read.
like, I believe, correct?
Yes, I am at the house. O-Space
Okay.
the Merciless.
This is Scuba Steve's house. So Scuba Steve is a Fight Club officer, which is another dueling guild that is run by So Spaced. They're both really great at kind of fostering the dueling community. As you can see, this house is pretty great for dueling, with the nice spectator ring.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Chat, what
Yeah.
do you guys think about the dueling
There's
arenas?
some goodies hidden
setup?
around here too. So
This is a pretty cool, fancy dueling setup, for sure. This is really nice.
seems
Although-
like I know that the brackets aren't out yet, and I know that you kind of won't see the classes, but it seems like there's a lot of Stamplars, unsurprisingly. So it should be
Unsurprisingly.
pretty jabby today.
Well, weather forecast is 100% chance of falling spear shards and jabs. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
pretty cool effect.
The Volendrung.
Yeah. Well, this is cool. This is pretty cool. We'll be starting the dueling tournament here pretty soon, guys. Again, if you want to check out the rulebook for this 1v1 tournament, just type !rulebook into Twitch chat. And again, this dueling tournament is hosted by Legend. And if you, for those of you who are not familiar with
supposed to have a few
what
people.
Legend is,
But
Legend
usually we
is
try to
a
get
pretty
started
old
at,
dueling / PvP
exactly
guild.
when we say.
Um,
So hopefully it will go soon.
Legend also served quite a few dueling tournaments for a lot of prominent PvPers, including Cypher PK, who is now a
There's a few
Fortnite
people
streamer.
who are not in the group right now who are also participating. So there's probably about 13 people, I think, so far who are going to be dueling. Maybe a few more, maybe a few less. Hang on.
Yep, and it seems we'll have 13 people. This is gonna be pretty cool. This is gonna be pretty cool. Let's see what happens. Who are you gonna place bets on, chat? Who are you gonna place bets on? Unfortunately, I did at Cypher on Twitter. He's not gonna come to the dueling tournament today. Looks like we have more people arriving soon, I think. But it seems like a pretty strong tournament roster. And like Gloria said, who is the new Guildmaster of Legend, looks like there's a lot of Stamina Templars, or Templars in general. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see the matchups go. How the matchups go.
Were there any rule set questions that you had? Like, why does something exist, or what the hell are we thinking about anything, or...
You know what? Let's go over the rulebook while we wait.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Alright, so let's read the rulebook. Oh, there's so many people like reading the rulebook right now on the Google Docs.
Yeah, everyone's like checking to make sure that they're not going to get accidentally banned, or finding what cheese they can use that got unbanned or something, which is always a fun one.
Yeah, I think also people from Twitch are looking at it. Okay, so these are the rules. Where are the rules? Okay.
I'm not sure your Twitch chat can see it.
They can see it.
Okay.
Okay, and yes, Legend was Legend. I think Cody PvP was also in Legend tournaments. Yep.
So Cody, actually,
Cypher.
Jack Daniel is one of the hosts, first people to run Legend. I think he actually is a founder. Cypher, obviously, that many people know.
All right. So let's look at the rules. Violating any rule once is grounds for immediate disqualification. That's scary. Let's see.
Tight.
In the case of a draw, the winner will be decided by the judges. Okay, so how many judges are there?
So it depends on how many officers or moderators show up. Usually we try to have at least 3. That way you kind of have a rule breaker and less bias. So I think right now we have myself and Trix are here. We may ask Scuba to be a rule decider as well. And really that just means that if people stall out, that we can actually progress with the tournament, because we used to do things like, oh, you'd remove this, you'd remove that, and then you'd have another 10-minute duel, and they'd both stall again. So this is kind of a stalemate fixer, hopefully.
Okay, perfect. And if it is a duel that lasts longer than 10 minutes, it does become a draw. It's okay. But isn't it hard sometimes to kind of determine who is the winner?
Yes.
Because let's say,
that's
like you said earlier, there's like a lot of Stamplars. Whether it's 2 Stamplars going at it, they each take down each other to like 50% health a lot of times. Do you like count the times, like boxing? Like how many times?
We've tried that. Yeah, that's what we tried last tournament. It actually wasn't as popular because it doesn't really consider all the factors. So we did that one tournament. It worked okay, but not super great. Traditionally, how a lot of tournaments will go is, if it's a stalemate, we'll ask the individuals what sets they're wearing, and depending on how try-hard of a tournament is, they might even have to like have an add-on that will show the sets. But we're not doing that this round, this tournament. So like if someone's wearing really tanky sets and the other person's wearing offensive, you kind of would trend to give it towards the person who's being a bit more offensive versus someone who is building more to result in that stalemate, if that makes sense.
So it sounds like high APM is not a factor in your decision making.
If someone's clearly just dominating the other person, then yes. Like if the other person is just tanking up, that's pretty much a clear-cut victory. But a lot of the times you'll see that both enemies get down to like 30% or less 5 times each, and it's just that they're both really good at recovering, because you can really recover in this game pretty fast. So it really depends. Certain classes stalemate more often than others, like Templar versus Templar often stalemates if the players react properly. So
okay, and it says level 50 characters only, due to scaling, of course. Maximum of 26,999 health. Anything over that is a disqualification. Gear changing and CP changing is not allowed. If we catch you looking at CP between rounds, it will count as a loss. You know, a lot of people reached out to me and they asked, how do you enforce some of these rules, like checking siphon and champion points, or changing CP? Because on PC especially, you can kind of like get around some of this with like add-ons, right? Or do you just count on the goodwill of the duelists, or like?
So depends on how seriously we want to enforce things. Sometimes we'll actually have people run RDK. There's an option that you can. It's not, you can't see people's, but you can share what sets you're using and such. And so, like, if someone is running a set we think is banned, or running a champion allocation, which there's only one champion point that's banned, then we'll ask them to share it. Siphoner actually happens. What happens actually for that one is if someone is in the middle of a fight, they'll notice that they have a Siphoner debuff on the other person, so we'll be like, oh, they're running Siphoner. That one is kind of more of a gray area for like whether we'll disqualify you immediately, at least from my perspective, because sometimes you just forget that you have 1 point in Siphoner, and we'll just be like, well, just take it out and restart the duel if it's been less than like 20 seconds or something.
Perfect. It looks like we got a lot of banned item sets and glyphs and stuff. Let's see, weakening glyph, elemental resistance glyph, and this is for elemental resistance for jewelry, right? I think you kind of went over it, or someone in Legend Discord already went over it. Like, if you have flame resistance jewelry, you get resistance to what? Immunity to burning, right? Something like that.
Yeah, and that's something that we've run into, is that people are very smart in knowing that you can run Vampire and have Undeath passive, which is really strong. And then the obvious counter to that is running Flame Damage or Prismatics, and people were running like one resistance glyph, which makes it so that any burning effects, or the burning effect which is really strong against Vampire, doesn't affect you. So Fight Club has banned that, and I believe Legend has too.
What if you're a Warden and you pop a heal with the minor toughness and brings you over 27,000 health? Or do you have to actually take into account minor toughness?
Yeah, I believe for both guilds, and this is Fight Club, so they might have something slightly different, but I believe that most
that's correct,
you have
Gemini.
to build in for it. So the advantage then, some people were talking about about how if you're a Warden, you kind of have a disadvantage, but at the same time, what that really means is the minor toughness buff just lets you build even more damage into your setup. So.
Okay, we got monster sets that are banned. Pretty obvious ones for sure, like Stonekeeper, Troll King, Byakusa. Earthgore is a pretty big one for sure. I think anyone, even if they're not PvPers, will realize how powerful that set is for dueling. Pirate Skeleton. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a remnant more, I think. But basically, any set that can be result in stalemates, right? You're trying to build so that you're super tanky. We don't want people to feel like they can't use certain sets, but we also want them to be like Earthgore just makes it so that you won't lose a fight, right? Which is like an obvious example. We actually might remove a lot of these sets given the monster set rebalancing. We might look into that next patch, since there's a lot of things that are going to be less overwhelmingly defensive.
And you got certain abilities banned and ultimates banned. DK Wings, Ball of Lightning, Crystalline Shield, Death and Pain. Is there any controversial like ban, you think? I saw something in group chat earlier about Magma Shell.
Yeah, that one's a little controversial because just the interpretation of it. Does that mean that both morphs of Magma Armor are banned? I think to be safe, we're going to ban both of them just for this tournament.
All right.
But the controversial, I mean, everyone doesn't really want their own items to be banned, right? Or their own sets to be banned.
Does anyone from Twitch have any questions about the rules?
I think the really controversial ones are people have conversations about whether MAME defensive. For the most part, a lot of the dueling community is pretty okay with a lot of these things. Most of it's like just trying to avoid having stalemates, right? Even the health ban, like that was pretty contentious. I actually didn't support it initially, but now it's like kind of nice to see that your enemy doesn't have 35k health. So fights do end more often, and we just try to kind of limit the cheesy things, right? Like everyone's okay with Meridia being banned because it's obviously just kind of no fun for anyone to really use. So we definitely have some controversy somewhere.
I think someone pointed out that Reaper's Mark being banned against Blast Bones is a old bug. Pretty sure it's fixed.
If it doesn't give Major Berserk, that might be a remnant rule. So they're saying that it is not going to be proccing it. I thought that it still counted as a death when the Blast Bones died.
Why is Cauterize banned for Stamina Dragon Knight? Somebody asked in chat.
That's a great question. So it's banned for one class and not the other. There's actually another instance of that where Stamina Necromancer doesn't get to use the Tether heal, while Magicka can. And that is because of the sheer number of healing options that Stamina supplements as well. So if you're trying to heal with a Stamina DK, which is already ridiculously tanky, right? Everyone knows that in PvP, Stamina DKs are super tanky. And then you toss on Cauterize, it's just like they're overly defensive way too easily is generally the consistent perspective. And that one's been banned for a long time. That's been a rule for a long time.
Okay. Yep. Shane said, thank you for the explanation.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, you know, I put this on Twitter, the tournament Twitter, YouTube, everywhere in several Discords. And I think a lot of people are put off by the rules. But I feel like the rules are here for a good reason. So, yeah, I mean, definitely. People should still try to
in a perfect
dueling.
world, we'd have no rules, right?
Right.
Like, but if you want people to be able to play builds that aren't just stacking 40k health and running the same two sets that are overperforming and using the exact same skills that are really strong, right? You have everyone coming on, like for example, lately Magicka Templar had a lot of bans instituted, and it's still in the works, but it used to be that every tournament the top like four or five players were Magicka Templars all running the exact same builds, and it was a bit of a bummer for a lot of people.
Now, a few people in Twitch chat have pointed out, you know, even with the rules in place, these duels might still be 10 minutes. Can you tell us more about the skill level of the players that are here? Are they all like really like experienced players? Where are they at on the rung of the ladder?
Yeah, so a lot of these players have been dueling for a long time. If you're a person who does pledges on PCNA, they're the people who hang out in Stormhaven when you're picking up your pledges. So a lot of them are really good players. There's a few new people which I'm really excited to see. There's definitely some people who have won tournaments before that are kind of worth looking out for. But pretty much everyone here is going to be a great fight. So it's more of both players are really good at reacting to damage and mitigating damage when they need to and responding to bursts, which is why the fights go on long. So you're going to see some pretty big hits and hopefully not too many stalemates. But if there are stalemates, it's going to be because both players are really good at the game. So
perfect. I'm really excited to see this tournament. I hope you guys are excited about watching this tournament as well. This is going to be pretty cool.
And I think we're going to start soon. We had a lot of people who wanted to join last minute, which is great. We love when that happens. And for 1v1s, it's pretty easy to add more. So Trix, who is one of the officers, is getting close to finishing up the brackets and we can get started, which is awesome.
Perfect. Any stats you want to share about these players? How many kills do they have in Syria? What's their KDA?
You could ask them in
I'm down.
Group, but I mean, an interesting thing is if you look at the group that we're in right now, it's most of the people who are competing. You can see that there's definitely a trend of what classes are really popular for dueling in particular. So you have one Magicka Nightblade. So Fears is a Magicka Nightblade, and he's main one. He's a really good player, and he's probably one of the only ones who's left. I don't know if Rexleon is coming, but he's also an old school player. Some will recognize. But a lot of Templars, right? A lot of DKs, a few Sorks, which is exciting. And probably we're going to see a lot of Stamina, I'm guessing. And the brackets just got posted in announcements. If you want to pull those up at some point, if you have time, it'd be great.
I just tried to interview one of the players, Battletoads. I asked him, how nervous are you about tonight's tournament? He says he's gotta pee. Okay, well, let's look at the brackets. Let's look at the brackets.
Sounds about right.
Alright, looks like we got some high tensions going on.
Yep.
The bracket, where's the bracket? Announcements.
And I will do my best to help provide whatever you need. I might be doing some stuff in the background, so I apologize if I'm
Oh, you're good.
spacing out or randomly say something to your chat.
Okay, so here is the bracket organized by Trix PK. Looks like we have round 1 between Ploopy and Nell G. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna start off with that first, round 1. Ploopy and
Yeah.
Nell G. Okay.
So, Trix did what we most popularly like to do, which is a double elimination. So, that the fun thing about that is that even if you don't make it through the first round, you get to get a second shot in the losers bracket.
so
we get
cool.
a lot of really good fights. But yeah, so we're gonna start with, I believe, the first round. He's gonna do the announcement on who's starting soon.
Alright, perfect. This is so cool. Alright, guys. Let's go over the brackets again. Let's see who's going up against who. We have Ploopy and Nell G versus... going against each other in round 1. And whoever the winner is will go against Trix PK. Alright, a lot of you seem to be Trix PK fanboys in chat. So I'm excited to see what Trix PK has to offer. But we can't forget about the other rounds. We have Scuba versus Notorious, Battletoads versus Dogard. Now, Dogard is a pretty good PvPer, so I'm excited to see this round. We got Glory here, the GM of Legend versus Strat. I'm excited to see Glory PvP, Devout, and Socio. This is gonna be pretty cool. I'm pretty hyped. I don't know about you guys. Team Dogard, more like Trash PK. Jesus. Hooded, Speedy, and Kiri versus Goblin. I believe that's Irelia.
Kiri versus Goblin on the bracket's gonna be pretty nuts. By the way, they
that
win
seems
a
to be
lot
a
of
high
tournaments.
level duel. is that Goblin is Irelia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Irelia.
And Kiri
that's
is
Goblin
another one of his friends, and they're both great players. They're going to be doing the 2v2 together, I believe. We've been looking into doing some possibly betting options in future tournaments, and I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can do some waiting so I don't just get wiped out when those guys are in tournaments, because people will.
we got
reap
Juan
the
and
benefits.
Teleporter. This is gonna be interesting.
I think you run a tournament for Sempiternal. Is that right, Nephis? Where
Yeah,
you guys did?
we ran 2
betting?
annual ones. We might do another one this year, and you were there. I think you were one of the participants. You know, we had the betting system going on. That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember I actually made a little bit of money off that, so I was pretty excited.
I want to share something with the chat. Alright, for those of you who don't know who Goblin Sama is, he's quite the good PvPer. I'll show you guys a clip from one of the annual Sempiternal dueling tournaments he went to. I mean, this is some high-level players, so keep your butts glued to your seats. Here we go, let's see what happens. And he activates Bound Aegis for the extra mitigation from block, which is pretty smart. Irelia Sama is the one on the left with Petsork. This is from a past dueling tournament.
Constantly just putting out those clenches.
So much pressure from his Petsork.
Making inspired.
So much pressure. Look at that. The Stamp Sword can't do anything. Look at the health. Look at the health.
Looks like Inspire is trying to.
So I think we're starting up soon.
Put some pressure on Goblin Summon.
I'm showing you a highlight from the past
He's
tournament.
going out and win the wrecking
Oh,
ball,
really?
but the shallow
Really?
end is gonna mitigate.
Is this one he
his
did
damage.
his I know this. I
The
think.
Memento. Hold on, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
Constant dark deals get his resources back. At this point, it's gonna come down to who
This
makes
was a
first
fun
mistake.
moment. I really remember.
This was one of the best dueling moments I've ever seen in my life. Look at that! The Memento!
And he
The
does
Memento!
Memento.
I'll be right back.
He does
The confidence, the swagger,
What a show
the
of
arrogance.
excellent arrogance.
Excellent. That was pretty hype. That was really good. During a duel, he just popped off a Memento. And we've since then forever called it the Momento. So this is gonna be pretty cool. This is gonna be pretty cool. Alright. The Memento. Oh my goodness. Very high level move. I would not suggest doing it at home. Another great moment in ESO PvP. Okay, so I think they're getting ready to actually start. I am really nervous. I can feel the testosterone in the air. I don't know if there's any female duelists. I don't think there is a female duelist. If there is, well, I can also sense the estrogen in the air. But this is going to be interesting. This is going to be pretty interesting. And before we start the tournament off, we do have a couple commercials. This is the fun thing. They didn't pay me or anything, but we're just experimenting with these commercials. But let's see what kind of commercial we have first. And I believe the first commercial is from Latency Challenge on PC North America. If you are looking for a Oceanic/Australian or Asian guild to raid with, Latency Challenge might be your best bet. And that was the first guild ad we have. Tech support, fuck yeah, hell yeah. Alright. That was the first guild advertisement, which is just an experiment. We might have more in the future. Alright. I think the dueling tournament is about to start. Dogard in chat. Dogard, I'd like to interview you. How nervous are you feeling about today's tournament? Kiri slinked into the tourney at the last second. That's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Dogard, I am pretty excited to watch you duel. How are you feeling about your chances tonight? Do you think you'll be the champion? Or who do you think is going to win? Who are you betting on, if you were a betting man? Looks like everyone's lining up. Oh, wait, the dueling's already started! Or is this a warm-up? Oh, it has started, I think. Wait, that's Stratford. No, this is a warm-up. I think this is a warm-up. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on. It's glorious. I think the first round was supposed to be between NLG and somebody else. What is going on? Please address him as Daddy. This is a real fight. This is a real fight. Okay. Yes, I am commentating on this. I didn't realize it started. Didn't really give an indication in chat, but whatever. Okay, this is Glorious. He is one of the class representatives and the Guildmaster of Legend versus Strat PC. Looks like Glorious is on a Mag DK with Strat on a Stamina Templar. Let's see who's gonna win this. Looks like Strat PC is trying to get some stamina back. He swapped his 2-ender. He's going on the offensive with the Power to Light, but Glorious taps him back with the Fossilize and Dragon Leaps, but no damage really. Glorious just is really struggling with that Power to Light on him. He's kind of keeping his distance. Strat might be on the offensive here. They're kind of testing each other. Look at that trap on the ground. Will Glorious, a class representative, be dumb enough to go into that trap? Oh, there's a Fossilize. There's a Fossil into the whip. And Glorious is not... Okay, Glorious almost stepped in that trap, I think. Or he did. I can't tell. I think the trap expired. First rule of Fight Club. Don't talk about Fight Club. There's the Fossilize. Here is more pressure from Glorious. It looks about even to me, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. But it's pretty interesting to see a Mag DK versus a Stamplar. I think a lot of people will hedge their bets on the Stamina Templar due to their innate... Oh, there's the Dragon Leap. And he fossilized before. A lot of people, I think, will hedge their bets on the Stamplar or a Magplar against the Mag DK because of their ability to remove dots. But looks like Strat's on the run. I don't know if it's an experience gap or maybe something changed with the classes in PvP recently, but Glorious just has Strat on the rope. This is really amazing to watch. High level PvP. We can go to the top view. However, we won't see too much of the sweaty, bloody action. Looks like Glorious is gonna get killed. They are just struggling to stay alive against each other. The Executioner barely worked. We'll go to the top view. Strat did not commit. No, he did not commit. Looks like the Ellie Drain's back on Strat. Strat's gonna cleanse that Ellie Drain off or attempt to. Glorious knows what his next move is gonna be. I think Strat's gonna try to play around this trap. That's his zone. His area of influence is pretty huge. That hitbox on Glorious. Man, Glorious, you gotta go lose some weight, dude. That trap was nowhere near your character. Okay, Glorious is heavy attacking for some mag back. He's got CC'd. Paddle's back on Glorious. Strat is down for the count. It's over. That was a pretty intense duel towards the end. I mean, I thought Glorious's obesity might have gotten him at the end, but looks like Glorious got that really, really, really good kill towards the end. I don't know where they're going. Are they gonna hug it out and make up? Okay, looks like pretty good sportsmanship. They're gonna hug it out.
Hello?
Wait, they're gonna give crown sword? Hello, that was a good duel. Was that an actual fight?
Yeah, that was the first one of the tournament.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
So is this the best out
really
of
scary.
3, or is it like just one? This one takes it all.
It's one for first, and then there's a double limb. So just one per round now.
One per round.
So
Okay.
Strat is not out. He's going to be making his way through the losers bracket.
So pretty cool. It was a pretty good fight, dude. I thought he was gonna get you because this guy's
he had
just a
me.
Templar.
Oh man.
Oh boy. Okay, let's look at the brackets. Let's switch to the brackets. Okay, so I think what Ploopy won against Nel G. We kind of missed that earlier. Okay, we got the Val. Wait, they already fought? What's going on?
Depending on it, some people have to leave early or something, so some people might get a bye if they have to head out or something, which is a bummer. But
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It looks like Glorious won against Strat. Strat is going down to the losers bracket, and I think he's gonna face off against Nel G or Sochio. It's hard to tell right now, but we'll keep you updated, guys, on the brackets here. Okay, so what's the next duel? Did you guys want a top view, or it looks like they're dumping their ultimates? This is gonna be interesting.
Yep.
I guess we'll go
Speedy
top.
versus Howded.
Sorry, our cameraman is very new on the job. Okay, fine, we'll go top view.
And that's Terabad on Stamp Sork, and Howded is on a Stam DK with a bow, which is pretty cool.
What are the chances of Hooded having a endless hail on the back wire? We'll see. Looks like they are touching weapons. No, never mind. They were just trying to do each other. I mean, I was going to commentate on the great sportsmanship there, but never mind. Okay, so we're going in with a Vigor and swapping to his 2 Enderbar. He's putting Noxious Breath and a Venom Claw as he gets CC'd by absolutely Terabad. You know, who do you think is going to win? Stam DK versus... Oh, we fell. I'm going to go back out.
This is tough.
We're having
They're
technical
both
difficulties.
viable classes. I was fighting Terabad's Stam Sork earlier today in some warm-up duels, and he really has a lot of pressure. He's got a lot of damage, and he's pretty tanky too. So Stam BK is really good though. You don't see Bow as much, which is kind of cool, and that leap is pretty big.
Yeah, that leap. Oh my goodness, he just got him with a leap combo and the executioner at the very end. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. I would hate to go against that. Go to the other side. Go to the other side. Okay, that's a pretty fast duel.
The power of leap, right?
Heck yeah. I'm trying to get to the other side. Oh my goodness, this is other again. Next up, Nefanana fighting. Maybe over here. Okay, who's up next? It is Zarium, the Siege Master, versus. Let's get a look at the brackets again. Let's see. Okay.
Now it might be Juan versus Teleporter.
The Speedy 1 versus Sochio on the losers bracket. And did we miss? Wait. Did we miss the Kiri and Goblin duel somehow? What's going on? Okay, looks like we're gonna go between Teleporter and Zarium. Okay, so it's a Magic Knight Blade versus a Magic Sorcerer. Zarium getting in with the Fear, and the Shallow Rinse putting some pressure on Zarium. The Skelly Boy is blocking my view. Wait, what's going on? What's going on? Is that referee? What's going on? Is Trix telling him to stop? What's going on, Glorious? Okay, looks like someone had to step in. Trix had to step in and stop the fight. What's going on? Are they going to try to make this a three-way? What's going on? Did someone break the rules? What happened?
Might be slightly over the health cap and getting below. I'm not quite sure.
Okay, the duel has been stopped by a judge because there may be an issue.
I think he's just wasn't aware of that rule since he had signed up a little later. So he's probably going to fix his health for the next match.
Looks like someone's throwing mud balls at me. Little do they know the mud balls do not obscure the view in first person. Okay, looks like the duel was stopped between Zerium and Teleporter. We might see another ulti build up here, so they can dump their ultis. I'm not sure. We'll see. Unless we're gonna have a different duel between Trix and Ploopy, just to give them some time, I guess. The other two some time to adjust their builds in accordance with the dueling tournament rules of Legend and Fight Club. Looks like Ploopy is buffing up, swapping bars, checking the skills. He's got some food going, looking into his inventory bag. Okay.
Yeah, duels can't last 10 minutes if you cancel all of the duels. That is very true.
Looks like Trix is a fan favorite in Twitch chat. So I'm very curious to see how much he lives up to the hype. Hashtag Team Trix. I think that's trending on Twitter already. Okay, looks like we're gonna start between Trix PK and Ploopy X, I think. Unless they're just building ulti and what's going on? Okay, wait. I think they're about to start. There we go. The dueling banner has been set down. Magicka Nightblade versus Stamina Dragon Knight. There goes the CC. And there goes another CC in return. He's swallowing his soul.
Trix and Sokyo are dueling.
Oh, look at that Kalnar go. That Kalnar does massive damage. Ploopy is sort of... I mean, he's trying to get into his space. Trying to find the weak spot, I think. Noxious Breath, the Kalnar procs again. That Kalnar is brutal. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Trix PK has broken free.
Trix is really going to have to line up his combo, so he's going to have to use his bow proc alongside what looks like Kjalnir's the Monster Helm, which is really good for either a stun or that burst damage, depending on what he's working for. But GKs are really tanky, so it's going to be a tough fight, and there he goes.
And there he goes. Trix just goes down. Oh dear. That was a pretty fast one. I think Trix tried to get around it by porting to his shade.
Yeah, I mean, Nightblade, he might have stopped fighting, actually, depending on what I saw, but... I
mean, Nightblade in general is a very glass cannon class if you're going to spec for PvP, right? In general. So, I'm not sure if Trix is leaning more towards that, or maybe more for sustain.
I believe the issue with that fight was that Trix stopped fighting because one of our newer duelists didn't know that Cauterize was banned on StamDK.
Oh, okay, well, yeah.
So we might have a rerun, or we might just move on. I think he's saying to move on. Qualification, which is, again, tough, but really important to make sure we read the rules.
Yep, literacy is very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta read the rules, you know. Gotta read the terms of service. Every time you agree to Apple's terms of service when you update your iTunes, gotta read that shit. I'm just kidding. No one reads that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's the rules are always really tough, right? Because you might just skip over one thing and not notice it. And if you're new, we definitely want you to come to try out the tournaments and stuff. And the good thing is that he's not going to automatically be disqualified for the entire tournament. He might just move to a loser's bracket. But gotta make sure that if you're in the tournament, you read the rules for sure.
Alright, who's up next according to the bracket? I don't want to miss anything, so I don't want to alt. Hold on, let me go to the bracket real quick. Bracket is God, apparently. Okay, let's see. Looks like the next matchups are going to be between Scuba and Notorious, Battletoads versus Dogard. Pretty sad that we missed the Kiri vs Goblin duel, but we get to see Goblin, I think, in the losers bracket. So pretty cool. Okay, let's keep going. Scuba hasn't gone yet, though, right? I don't know what Scuba is doing. I think he is... I don't know. He looks like he's listening to some music, waving that wand or hand around. I really can't tell.
I think he's just making sure that he's ready for the fight and nothing's going off. And now I think we're just building ults on the side so that we can get this turn, the duel started.
Who the heck is throwing mumbles at me? Who is that? What the hell kind of... What was that at name? What? Looks like he's not getting hate whispers anytime soon. Okay. This guy, it's this guy. Someone, ban him! Anyway, alright, looks like we're gonna go do a dueling tournament. Going back to the dueling tournament before I get harassed again. Alright, the banner is down. Notorious Prospering versus Scuba Steve 28. Looks like we got a lot of Scuba Steve fans in Twitch chat. Let's see what happens. Okay, Pottle is on Scuba Steve. And Prospering seems to be putting some pressure on Scuba, but Scuba's kind of just holding his ground in that ritual. So he's good to go. He's reapplying Noxious Breath. There's a nice light weave there with a bar swap, and he gets CC'd by the Javelin. He is really low. What? Wow, that burst.
Notorious.
Jesus.
Great combo with the Pottle crit, probably. Might not even need to be a crit to get the fight out. That is one thing that I don't see a lot of people doing, is kiting out the ritual heal.
Yeah, I was saying, like, he's standing his ground. He's standing his ground. He's doing what Rubble wanted people to do. Stand your ground. You are a house.
But he's living in the Templar house, man. That's a scary,
yeah,
scary
don't
thing.
come into my house, Rubble said. And Rubble is still here with us today. You see, buddy. Alright, just to give you guys a quick instant replay. We're gonna do an instant replay here. Alright. You see by the Javelin. He is really low. That was a really short time frame to line up that combo, as you guys can see. But he's still staying in the ritual. That jabs and Pottle. See by the Javelin. He is really low. What? And that's it. That's all he needed. That's all he needed.
And if there's anyone who gets in your way too much on purpose, let me know and I'll try to keep an eye on it. But we can always just get them out of the house. Okay, cool. I think someone was talking about it in your chat, but you seem to be in a good spot. So.
Alright, so that is Daddy Dogard versus Battletoads. Battletoads said he was going to take a piss before a dueling tournament when I was interviewing him. Looks like Dogard is on the move. Shadow Ren is on him. It doesn't matter. He's still going after Battletoads. He wants that ass. Shadow Ren wants Battletoads ass. This is the sexiest threesome I've ever seen in PvP. Battletoads is kind of hanging in there. He can't really see an opportunity, it seems, to kind of combat Dogard. Dogard is keeping up the pressure really well. I think it might be that Factotum Polymorph. Okay, looks like Dogard is missing a couple jabs. Looks like with the Purifying Light from Battletoads, get some healing back. And the CC from Dogard is just putting so much pressure on him. We got two rituals going on. This is what, 2 Stamplars? Oh my goodness. Or two Templars, I mean, more specifically. Okay, so we have Pottle versus Purifying Light. And he is an Argonian. Battletoads is an Argonian. True to his name, he is a toad. Looks like we got some mud balls being thrown from the stadium. And it looks like Dogard just... I mean, it was a lot of pressure from the beginning. I felt like Dogard was on point with his CCs for sure. And Battletoads is out. Looked like he went for the defensive CC to get a heal, but couldn't stop the Pottle. Yeah. The previous duel was just over in an eye blink. Okay, looks like got some Dogard fans in Twitch chat as well. Dot Gang. But looks like we have people saying, I don't know what's going on over here. We got people saying Cypher and debuff and the person finding Argonian. Who bet a Stamplar will win the tournament? So I'm not sure what exactly is going on in the group chat. Let's see. I think they're deliberating here. Yeah, they're taking a second. I don't know what's going on now. Looks like they are preparing to build ult and dump the ult before the dueling commences. And obviously there's a reason why you want to dump ult before the dueling commences. You don't want to just use your ult from the start and burst someone down. So this is a way to get some fair gameplay going on. Looks like we got Trix PK versus Notorious Prospering. The banner has been set down. Magic Nightblade versus Stamina Templar with dual wield. Stamina Templar with dual wield is fucking scary. Looks like he's jabbing after CCing Trixie. Trixie just CC'd him back. He's kind of maintaining his distance. Will Trixie stand his ground in Ritual? We don't know. There you go. He ported to his shade. Smart, clever move. And this skeleton boy is blocking my view. Get out of the way. It looks like the Stamina Templar is on the defense. He is going to probably cleanse you pretty soon, but that counter is really, really impressive. Looks like he's staying out of his ritual. He's playing really smart, maintaining his distance. Notorious is just getting bombarded by our counter proc. And Trixie is actually doing a really good job maintaining his health bar. Keeping up the heals, light attacking as he bar swaps. Looks like Trixie's gonna be really close to dying here, but he gets some room to breathe as he shields and CCs Prospering. Prospering is kind of aimlessly aiming around for Trixie as Trixie plays around in and out of the ritual. True definition of Nightblade here, folks. Really, really slippery, really hard to catch. I'm gonna get rid of this UI.
And that's gonna be really important because if you get caught by those Templar jabs into a bottle, it's gonna really hurt. So he's doing a great job repositioning.
And the fight continues with Kalnar proccing. I mean, he's maintaining his distance very well. Trix definitely, we'll call it Trixie. Trixie definitely has some experience with Magblade.
I mean, you see him when the Kaj'Alnar procs, he's immediately trying to get a fear off and get a bow proc into Notorious because he knows that that's gonna be the way he's gonna get some kill potential in.
Yep, just like Glorious said, he's trying to get that kill with the counter proc for sure. Looks like Prospering is having a lot of issues trying to catch Trix. And it's just like he's trying to catch a fish with his fingers in the water, surrounded by... Oh wait, oh never mind. That was a decisive moment right there. Looks like Trix and Prospering just CC'd each other. This fight is gonna go on for a while until someone makes a crucial mistake. The Palo is set for the stage. The CC goes out the jabs. He's still in the ritual. The Shade is in the ritual as well, but he's gonna go back in. And Prospering gets CC'd by the Kyanar. What an OP set that is. Really, really strong. And looks like these skeletons are blocking the view. And Trix is continuing his kiting. I mean, he's out of that crescent sweep. It's a really smart move, playing outside the ritual, weaving in and out, fearing him at the precise moments he wants Prospering to be feared. Prospering is just trying to get some stamina back, heavy attacking, and Trix is just not going to let him get a chance with that.
Yeah, look at that reposition. He's just refusing to be caught by the damage.
Trix is doing very well against the Stamplar with dual wield. I mean,
this is definitely a way that Nightblade plays. Very defensive until they have their burst combo, right? Because they don't have a lot of dots. They don't have a lot of ability to keep pressure on all over the time. So if you can get really a combo in, and then if you can't, you have to kind of reset, which is a little bit of a tricky part for Magnite Blade right now, especially in dueling.
It looks like Trix is... Oh man, he is playing with fire right now. He's gonna go back into the Ritual Circle. He CC's Prospering. And Prospering is just struggling to keep up with him. Like, he really wants Trix to come back into the Ritual. He relocates his Ritual in an attempt to get Trix back into his area of influence, but Trix is not gonna give him the opportunity. And by the way, once Prospering leaves his Ritual, I think Trix is gonna port back to the Shade. There you go, there it is. I think Prospering is still kind of struggling to learn when he's gonna do it, but I think we as the audience... Oh wait, there you go. Prospering is really low. He's trying to cleanse, he's trying to vigor. That resolving vigor is insanely strong with that. Minor mending from Templar. Looks like he's got Trix on the ropes again. I think they both kind of have each other on the ropes. It's hard to tell right now who has the upper hand, but I would definitely hedge my bet on Trix at the moment. And these guys are just going to continue their dance of death. It looks like there's a heavy attack weave. He tried to get him with the fear. Prospering is going to relocate the Ritual. Trix is going to get him with the fear. At last, he gets CC'd. The Apollo goes off. The jabs. Oh my goodness. He finally got him. He finally got the fish. Trix was very, very elusive, very, very slippery. That was a great fight. That was really well done. You could tell Trix was being pressured though quite a bit, but he handled the pressure really well. The fact that he prolonged the fight and also even got Prospering that low a couple times was really well done in my opinion. That was a really good fight. But yeah, he caught Trix the fish. He finally caught him. Must be proud. Alright, let's see if we can get an instant replay off of that. Yeah, we can get an instant replay. Okay, here's the instant replay. We got Prospering lining up his Apollo here pretty soon. Trix made a crucial mistake with that fear. And Apollo goes off. This isn't it. He gets that fear. And there you go. The Apollo goes off as he sees Trix. Look at Trix lying on the floor, flopping around like a fish. And the counter goes off at 2 as well, actually, but it doesn't CC Prospering to save Trix. And there you go, the Apollo plus jabs combo in the Ritual too. Barely out of Ritual right there. It's barely.
Oh, I'm up. Okay. I'll be right back.
Alright, looks like the Guildmaster of Legend, Glorious and a class representative, is going up against... Who is this? Who's he going up against? I think he is going up against... I believe Dogard! Dogard versus Glorious. They've both dumped their ultimates. Where's Dogard going? Is he gonna go jump off the edge of the map? What's going on, Dogard? I think Dogard's getting nervous. Okay, Glorious and Dogard are going to start their dueling. This is going to be intense. They're both really good players. Who's going to win? MagDK versus Dogard. That's Templar. Okay, so Glorious has his own device in mind. He wants to stay out of the Ritual. He wants to stay out of the area of influence. And he's going to do it. He doesn't want to get stuck in that Ritual. And I'm really curious to see this motherfucker right here. I'm really curious to see who's going to win this one. Dogard is pretty low. He's going to cleanse the dots from Glorious's MagDK. And this guy is really annoying. This motherfucker. Anyway. We might actually go down to the bottom view. Anyway, Dogard and Glorious going at it. Dogard is kind of keeping the pressure back. He's trying to force Glorious to play in his zone. Glorious does not want to do it. He sees Dogard with a Dragon Leap. Dogard is really low. Dogard is going to breathe for some air in his Ritual. He's going to go back. He's going to relocate his Ritual. And Glorious is still playing around the Ritual. He does not want to get caught in that Ritual. Apollo goes off. Dogard, he just did a 2-hander ulti. Dogard is going to rally up. He's going to stand and fossilize. He doesn't care if he's rooted. Glorious is going to try to kill him. And Glorious is back in the ritual. Dogard is very, very good at placing those rituals down where he wants to fight. But Glorious, on the other hand, is pretty good at maintaining his distance away from that ritual. Looks like Dogard just put down another ritual. He is CC'd. He roll dodges just in case. Glorious hasn't really ulted yet. So we're kind of waiting to see what kind of burst combo. Oh, there we go. There's a Dragon. There's a Dragon Knight Leap. I think he had to do it for resources, from my guess. Yeah, this is the LLL guy. Anyway, we're gonna keep going, and Glorious is down for the count. We'll see if we can get this guy out of the house. But that was a really good fight. Unfortunately, a lot of it was kind of blocked by the skeleton, so that's kind of disappointing that people have to troll the stream. But with good events, with big events, big community events, or at least decent community events, people do unfortunately tend to troll. Unfortunately, we don't have an instant replay of that, so that's unfortunate. Looks like we have another duel coming up here pretty soon. You know, I didn't really know who I would have bet on, but Thogard seems very confident. I don't know. Who's Team Thogard in Twitch chat? Do you think he's going to win a dueling tournament? Or is it going to be somebody else? Some unexpected black sheep? If we hadn't dubbed Ulti at the beginning, Thogard has said, Glorious would have won. And Thogard compliments Glorious after the match. Great sportsmanship. And yeah, I mean, it was a very close match at various points during the duel. It's pretty cool to see. Great fight, Thogard. Great fight, Glorious. Okay, we have Devolution versus Hooded. StamDK versus Stamplar. We're seeing a general trend here with the Stamplar. Apollo just goes off. He's in the ritual. Devolution runs away to the edge of the we can't find them right now. I think they're fighting right. Okay, they're fighting right under us. Okay, so oh my goodness, this is gonna be hectic. Okay, so Devolution is pressuring Hooded quite a bit. He blocks the Dragon Leap, does a Crescent Sweep, stuns Devolution, and Devolution is keeping up his buffs. Keeping up his armor buff and healing. Apollo plus the CC again from Devolution, or Devout Lion, I'm sorry. And he gets hooded. That was a really... I can't see the names very well when they're moving like that. I'm sorry, but yeah. Devout Lion. Really good fight. You got run down. I mean, I feel like that match, Devout Lion clapped Hooded so hard, he may not be able to revive at the Way Shrine. I mean, that was a really intense... You could tell that there was so much pressure, he had to run under the commentator's box. But it was a really good fight on part, you know, for both of them. Really good duel. Alright, so that was the duel between Devout Lion and Hooded. So next up is, I believe... Let's look at the brackets here. There we go. Let's see. Let's look at the brackets. So Notorious won against Trix. Notorious is in the verse off against Thogard. Devout just won against Hooded. Devout will face off against whoever wins between Kiri and Teleporter. So this is going to be pretty interesting to watch. Okay, and it looks like it's going to be Insentia versus Teleporter, or Kiri as he's more well known. We had a lot of people in Twitch chat root for Kiri earlier. So I'm not sure who's going to win. I mean, Teleporter seems like a good player as well. We will see.
Yeah, they're both great players.
Alright, so we got a Max Sork Teleporter and a Stamplar. Okay. Kiri is on the offensive. He's keeping up Apollo. He just kind of recasted Ritual 3 times. He's keeping up Apollo. He's trying to get the jabs going. He's trying to combo it, I think, for that minor being applied by Shadowrun. And there goes the Crescent Swoop. Shadowrun is back. He says, hey, hey, knock, knock, it's me, Shadowrun. Okay, so Kiri is just keeping up the offensive. And Teleporter is kind of playing in and out of the ritual, just like Glorious did earlier in a different match. And it's hard to tell who has the upper hand, but it definitely looks like Kiri has the upper hand slightly. He's definitely putting a lot of pressure on Teleporter despite the Shadowrun on him.
Did I see a hard-casted frag in there somewhere?
He may have canceled that, actually. Okay,
Yeah.
looks like he's keeping up the shield in the ritual. Pretty ballsy move. He's gonna CC Kiri. Kiri's like, fuck that, I don't care. He's gonna keep going after him. Kiri smells blood, and he's going after Teleporter. And Teleporter is saying, you know what, I'm gonna call my boy Shadowrun and minor main this dude so he doesn't kill me. Okay, Kiri gets CC'd again. Seems like Teleporter is kind of biding his time, maybe trying to drain Kiri of his resources. They're both kind of playing cautiously, but I think Kiri is still trying to go after Teleporter. They're weaving in and out of each other. It is hard to see who's doing what. There we go. There's the clench. There's the CC. He's getting Dark Deal. He's getting resources back. The Shadowrun is keeping up that minor maim. It's going to be really hard to get a really good burst in there with that minor maim on him. But looks like Teleporter doesn't care. He's constantly shielding. He's keeping up his buffs. He's jumping like a lot of Maxworks do. You know, a lot of people ask me why Maxworks jump so much in PvP. And honestly, I feel like it's always been that way for some reason. So I don't know. But the fight continues. And I think we just saw was that an Overlord? Couldn't tell. And there's a curse, there's a Dark Deal. He has a Psijic Shield active, he's blocking. And the Pottle goes off. The ritual, he's still in the ritual. Teleporter does not give a shit about the ritual. He is just bunny hopping in and out. He's bunny hopping around Kiri's house. Kiri does not want his muddy footprints in this house. He wants him to just get the fuck out. He just wants to kill him. Looks like the dance of death between these two continues. I mean, the same pattern. I think they're sort of testing to see what the limits of their sustain is, testing to see if they can get attack in on each other. It's really hard for both of them. But Kiri with his Stamplar toolkit, having a burst amount of heals with minor mending, and of course Teleporter with the fact that he has Shadowrun plus shields. It's a pretty even match, but looks like Kiri is going with his Pottle. And Teleporter's like, oh shit,
Ooh.
okay. Can you break that? Can you break what just happened down, Glorious? Or Twitch chat? What happened
So
right
I'm
there?
actually going to watch the review. It might have been a riposte crit, but it looks like definitely... Let me see.
Let's watch the instant replay.
Yeah, I'm watching the
replay.
instant replay on your stream, actually.
All right, let's watch. Okay, so here at this
Definitely
point, yeah.
Pottle into maybe riposte, I think, is my guess, but you have to check.
Okay, the Pottle, the reach fails to CC. He cleanses he does a ritual. He swaps the two-hander. Wait, what happened right there? What happened right there? Where that chunk of health went down. Okay,
after the Pottle crit.
No. So what happened was, it seems like after he recasted ritual, Teleporter used Dark Deal once he left the ritual. Let's keep going. There you go. He used Dark Deal. That took his health down. The Pottle goes off. He gets CC'd by Kiri, who sees the opportunity. Pottle jabs, and he's done. It's over.
Yeah, that was a really fast bar swap, like Jacob is saying. The reverb back bar into front bar jabs.
That was a really good duel regardless. That was a really good one. But, yeah, definitely a lot of people seem to be supporting Kiri in chat. You know, I think Kiri, he just got tired of Teleporter. You know, Kiri just finally got him. He took out his wallet, took some soul gems from it, tossed it on Teleporter's dead body, and told him to res himself. I think that's what happened right there. Okay, looks like we got some ulti dumps going on here. We're back to the dueling tournament. Okay, Ploopy has sacrificed himself. Alright, it's Dogard versus Prospering. This is gonna be an interesting matchup. I mean, we're seeing Thogard kind of dominate his bracket. Who's gonna win this one, you think, Glorious?
I think this is going to be a wild fight. Thogard's really good in his Stamplar. I mean, obviously he shredded me. Notorious is also a really good player. So, I mean, I'm not even sure. We're going to have to see how it plays out. And the mirror matchup really is going to kind of show which one has been practicing more, which is going to be great. They both still sit in each other's purifies, so they're both going to be getting a lot of healing. And a lot of back bar reverb canceling.
Looks like they had some sort of friendly moment at the beginning of the duel after the duel started, after banner went down. They both pre-buffed, gave each other time to pre-buff. At Colossus in the middle of the arena. Okay, well that was an interesting visual show. Halftime show, whatever. Okay, Thogard and Prospering going at it. Both Stamplars, both sort of similar builds. I can see, but looks like Prospering does have dual wield instead of Sword and Ward. I think. I can't tell.
I think he does, yes.
Okay, yeah, dual wield and two-handed.
BRP dual wield is banned though, so he's definitely running something slightly different. Maybe Masters or something else.
This is gonna be an interesting matchup. They're standing in each other's houses, dude. Like Robo
yeah, they're duking it out, which is fun to watch for Templars.
Like, they bought the land, and they're trying to build each other's houses on the land.
Taurus getting low, but he pops right back up right there.
Looks like Thogard is jumping a lot more than his counterpart here, Prospering. Looks like Thogard should have come on the Max Lord. Okay, looks like Prospering is actually gonna be on the defensive here. Thogard does a Crescent Sweep. He's jabbing, jabbing, jabbing. They're both keeping up Podol. I mean, I think they'll be really good PvE players. That Podol uptime is... Mwah. Okay, looks like Podol uptime has failed. They're not very good PvEers. they're not very good PvEers. Never mind. I take it back. They're not very good PvEers. Looks like Thogard and Prospering are still duking it out in the rings. I mean, this is like watching, what is it, like two tiger sharks fight each other to death. Okay, looks like Prospering is the one who keeps dipping in health though. Like, Thogard is very good with CC timings, for sure. I think a lot of people from the stream will definitely note that Thogard is very on point with his CC. Looks like Prospering just threw a javelin right back at Thogard's face. Okay, looks like the CC goes out again. The Podol's still on him. It's about to go off. Oh, look at that health bar go down. Prospering's self-buffing here, and I don't know who that is. I think that is a
Troll.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the guy who blocked my view, but it's whatever. I think these players are of enough high skill ceiling to not care or kind of just focus on each other, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. Looks like we're gonna have Thogard and Prospering go at it. Thogard's down the ground! He's not getting up! He's not getting up! Thogard, get up! Thogard! Oh, what happened? Thogard is down. Thogard is out. Daddy Thogard is now Son Thogard. What happened there? We need... I literally can't break free with these fucking trolls after... We got the chat crying out for the blood of the troll. I don't know. What are the judges gonna say? But let's watch that replay. This is a really fun tournament. Okay, let's watch that replay with the chat. Okay, so instant replay. What happened? We had the troll come in at one point. He's still jumping around. Thogard is keeping up. Okay, so hold on. What happened here? Thogard rallied. Heavy attack for standback. Crescent sweep from Prospering. Prospering sees him. Hollow goes off. Prospering sees an opening. He's jabbing. He didn't even light attack wave between those two jabs, but he did light attack wave at the end. Hopefully we did remove these trolls.
So we're trying to just clean this up really quickly, and then they're probably going to have a rematch since...
The troll?
Yeah.
Did you ban him?
It's... I mean, they name their names very heartening to pull information, which is...
You want the admin? It's like L.
Yeah, that's
I can't tell.
It's kind of funny, right? Like, obviously the goal is to put together a community event for people to participate, and then you have people who just want to ruin things, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, whoever this is, I don't know. I feel more pity than anger. But yeah, guys, you guys should definitely consider getting into dueling. I'm definitely gonna consider going into dueling. This is really fun tournament despite the trolling. And hopefully we do see that rematch between Thogard and Prospering. That was a really good match. Okay, I think he's gonna. I think he got kicked out. Just like faded away from. Someone snapped their fingers, dude. Someone snapped their fucking fingers and just like faded away to fucking dust. Oh, anyway. Now that the troll is gone, I think we can now have some appropriate fun here.
Yeah, so I mean, something to talk about for that last fight, right? So clearly those are both really good players. They're both going to be really competitive. And when you're trying to, if it results in a stalemate, how do you judge that, right? Do you judge it by who gets lower more often? Do you judge it by what sets they're using? It's going to be very difficult to make a judgment call on something like that, right?
I feel like a lot of people, especially in Push Chat or wherever, will tell you judge it based off how often their health did. Because, like you said, there's way too many factors like stats and stuff like that to like consider for a judgment. But I think we can kind of tell. I don't know, like it's kind of hard because I think until the end, Thogard had Prospering more low than Prospering did on Thogard. So if I was if I was a judge, and I'm not a judge, I would definitely give it to Thogard if it was a draw. But I'm not sure if that's like an appropriate decision to make or this appropriate factor.
Yeah, it's tough, right? So
yeah, it's tough.
That's kind of something that we've looked into. At the same time, the question arises of like, is it just because Thogard's running more tanky sets, right? And it's possible. Maybe one of them is running a certain comp that is really tanky and does good burst, or the other person's running just more of an all pressure build. So I need to rewatch this next rematch. Hopefully they're
Oh, they're rematching now?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Wow, okay, this is gonna be interesting. So before we do this rematch, I'm gonna show the bracket to you guys coming into the stream. So right now this is the bracket. We got Notorious versus Thogard and Devout versus Kiri. In the loser bracket, we got Glory versus somebody, I think it's something Goblin? Trix PK versus Speedy, Teleporter versus somebody, Hooded versus somebody. We'll see what happens here real quick. Okay, looks like they are building ult. I think, yeah, they're building ult.
Yeah.
This house is really nice. Props to whoever made it. I agree, Tony. Really great house. Really cool. I love the winding
Scuba
staircase.
Steve's.
Scuba Steve's, yeah. Scuba Steve is the owner of this house. He's actually a participant in this dueling tournament hosted by Legend. Make sure you guys check out Legend's Discord. If you guys ever want to get into PvP or dueling, definitely do so. The dueling culture in this game is pretty fun. Or was fun before it kind of stagnated.
It's really hard to keep interest in tournaments. So we try to do at least one a month right now. We also want to make sure people don't get too burned out on it, because obviously dueling can be really fun, but it also, if you do it way too much, it can get a little bit repetitive. So
okay, here we go. Thogard and Prospering showing each other's big dicks before they start getting into the fight. Thogard is like a rabid dog. He's going after Prospering. Prospering is jabbing back. They're biting back. This reminds me of a... no, never mind. I'm not talking about it. Looks like Thogard is going to be going in on Prospering. Prospering will just come Notorious. Why don't we call him Notorious? Looks like that troll is back after being snapped away by Thanos. Okay, whatever. I don't know if they're gonna stop. I think they're gonna stop. I think they are gonna stop. Okay. This is one of those people who go to a football match and streak onto the field. Except streaking onto the field is more entertaining than watching this guy come back. Well, hopefully we manage this thing, and I mean, I think, you know, it really is unfortunate that people want to troll, but it's whatever. Also, we are going to be casting another Legend Dueling tournament. It's going to be a 2v2 tournament, so that's going to be pretty interesting on the 9th of May, so make sure you guys come back to the stream for that. I'll put it out on Twitter, I'll put it out on YouTube, the rulebook and stuff like that. If you guys are interested in dueling, definitely do it. Doesn't matter if you're bad at it, doesn't matter if you're good at it, everyone starts somewhere. And, you know, you get a chance to win prizes, and I think it's going to be a much bigger prize pool for the 2v2 tournament, or so I'm told. Nephis, check out the end of the last duel from my POV. Okay, Thogard. Alright, the last end. Alright, let's watch this. Okay. Looks like Thogard is remaining calm. This is his perspective. It's pretty cool to see his perspective. Really? Okay, there he goes. Yes, full stamina. He's just not gonna do it. He's just not gonna do it. That's pretty unfortunate, Thogard. It's not very fun. It's not very fun. I agree. Unfortunately, hopefully this guy gets booted out of this house. And whoever that guy is, he's probably watching the stream, getting a rise out of this. But it's really not that funny. It's just sad. I never did dueling. How does 2v2 work? It's basically, yeah, you're gonna have to buddy up with a partner from the same alliance and go out to Cyrodiil, and you're gonna just 2v2 it out. And this is obviously between, you know, veteran players, so it's gonna be pretty interesting to watch, pretty interesting to commentate on. Hopefully no one ganks me when I'm casting it. Oh god, I think someone's gonna gank me in Cyrodiil. Whatever, but it's worth it. It's worth casting tournaments like these. It's really nice to see, you know, segments of the community that don't really get too much attention anymore. You know, when Cypher...
We're going to do move to the loser bracket here.
Okay, this is a loser bracket.
Yep, so it's going to be Zerium versus Juan.
Okay, so we have Zerium versus... You said Juan?
Juan Fernandez. Oh, that is him, so I need to see who is the other person.
Strat versus Zerium, I think. But yeah, I mean, ever since Cypher, you know, like, and the other, you know, like, Lefty Lucy and the other PvP streamers and content creators kind of left, dueling hasn't really had a spotlight on it, which is unfortunate. I really did enjoy the dueling and the dueling culture we got to experience many years ago in ES, so hopefully we can bring it back more. Hopefully we can get more people interested in it. It's really fun. It's really fun when you get into it. Okay, so this is it. Is there a way for the owner to kick players from his house? I believe so. I believe you can ban people from your house. I think he's gone. I haven't seen that streaker in like 3 minutes, which is a miracle in itself. I thought that was him. I thought that was him, like, you know, thrusting or something. It's a statue. It's a statue. I guess we're
Sorry, so I had the names wrong. It's going to be Zealot versus Therium. I believe Zealot is just jumping his ult and then it started.
Okay, perfect. Alright, last commercial before we get on with the rest of the tournament. We had a commercial earlier from a PvE guild. If you are a PCEU player or interested in going to PCEU when PCNA is down or something, definitely make sure to check out the Roses Guild. Yeah, so one of the largest social guilds on PCE with over 2,500 members. Now let's get back to the dueling tournament. Looks like they are
dumping ulti, I believe.
Yeah, dumping ulti. Looks like he's teabagging the floor. Pretty high APM play right there. I can't imagine what it takes to do that. I mean, it's pretty OP. The guild ads are free. So if you want to advertise your guild on the next dueling tournament stream or something, just feel free to PM me on Discord. I'm not gonna charge you money or gold. That's fucked up. It's about the community. It's about the community. Okay. Oh, here we go. Zerium and Zealot TTV. Does he have a Twitch? I'm gonna assume so. Oh, looks like Zealot's going for the kill on Zerium. Zerium is barely holding him back. Zerium's trying to, I think he just CC'd him. I think that's Zealot on a Stamina Necromancer. That Blast Bones is nasty. If you've ever done Battlegrounds, if you've ever done PvP, that Blast Bones is nasty. But looks like Zerium has him on the fence. Looks like the Blast Bones is not enough to compensate for the lack of damage. For the disparity in damage. But Zealot is coming back with that Mender on him. The Blast Bones is going to go off. The Defile is going to go off. They both CC each other. And, you know, it looks like Zerium has him on the ropes. And Zealot is roll dodging. He's trying to stay alive. Looks like it's a really squishy build. He's keeping up bigger.
Though.
Zerium gets hit by a 200 ultimate, and that Ellie Drain plus the combo at the end just killed Zealot. Let's see the instant replay. Interesting. Alright, let's bring it up. Okay, and here's the instant replay from this match. We're gonna play it, and Zealot TTV, I mean, throughout the entire match, he was being pressured constantly by Zerium. Zerium really good at maintaining distance to compensate for that Blast Bones. And here we go, we have Zealot roll dodge that light attack, and there goes the... This is the last moment. Ellie Drain is applied right here. Zealot is trying to reach Zerium. The range that he's maintaining, really well done. And he gets him. He gets him right there. Really well done. Good fight to both players.
Up next we have Strat versus Toad.
Oh yeah. You know, Toad's the only person I've interviewed before the tournament started, so I'm putting my bets on Toad. Toad, you know, really insightful individual. All right, we got Battletoads versus Strat. Who's gonna win? There's Strat's trap. I mean, that trap was pretty nasty. That trap got glorious in the early part of the tournament, quite a few times. That hitbox on the trap though. Okay, looks like Strat and Battletoads is going at it. They're both Templars. They're standing their ground. They're fighting. The Shadowrend procs from Battletoads, and he goes in for the kill. He charges in. He's not going to step into Strat's trap like certain people, but looks like they're going at it. That Dawnbreaker, I think, barely missed. I can't tell if that was a hit or a miss. It was really hard. I think it was like at the very edge. Probably a waste since no one's up. So Strat is breaking free. That Crescent Sweep. Look at that trap. Immobilized Battletoads. He must be screaming right now. He must be like, why? Why am I matched up against Strat? Okay, looks like Battletoads is healing himself. He's got that 200 action going on. Charges in the top lane charge. He's gonna jabs again. What's gonna come next? Break free. He's gonna dodge roll. That Dawnbreaker, oh my goodness, he blocked it just in time. The Powell's gonna go off, and the jabs come from Strat, and Strat gets him.
That was so much pressure. That was a really good fight.
Yeah, that was a lot of pressure. Really well done. Good fight for both players. Let's see instant replay. That's an instant replay. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, I mean, look at that Dawnbreaker with the trap. Oh my goodness! Despite the Shadowrun, Apollo's gonna go off, and it's over. It was just over. He couldn't heal himself back up. It was over. Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
Up next we have Scuba versus Ploopy.
Scuba versus Bloopy. I think Scuba is the owner of this house, so I mean he's got the home field advantage here. It's kind of unfair. Just kidding. Now, legends say Scuba Steve paid quite a handsome fee for decorating this house. Some say 5 billion gold. Maybe he rigged the tournament with his billions of gold. Okay, looks like Scuba Steve is getting ready. He is getting ready. Looks like he's getting some pep talk from his coach, Kiri. Man, he's got the home field advantage. He's got the advice from Kiri. Who's gonna win? I think it's gonna be Scuba Steve. They're trading some hot tips, like athletes do on the field. Okay, and looks like they went back to the locker room. They went back to the locker room. What's the prize pot, Glorious, today for the 1v1? Yeah, I don't think Glorious is here. I'll keep this one. Oh, he's not here. I believe the prize pot is a minimum of 500,000 gold. I think it may increase in depending on how much people are paying for entry fee. I don't know. I actually don't know. I think it's a minimum of 500k. But the 2v2, I'm pretty sure is going to have a much bigger prize pool, which is going to be pretty exciting. Okay, looks like we got Glorious over there. He's making sure the floor is clean, making sure, you know, the equipment is good. Scuba
sorry
Steve.
about that.
What?
We had to move along from Scuba and Ploopy because Ploopy had to leave, so but we're gonna move to the next fight is myself versus Zerium / Juan.
Okay, let me post the bracket. And I'll also show you guys the bracket on the stream. So the bracket so far, thus as is, Notorious versus Thogard, Devout versus Kiri later, I believe. And then it's gonna be Glorious versus Juan, Trix PK versus Speedy. I think we just saw Teleporter and Strat fight. And Scuba is gonna move on automatically because Hooded had to leave. Is there any strong Magpart player that still have a chance to win? Is there? We'll see, we'll see. I don't think there are too many I don't think there's a Magplar actually. They're all Stamplars, pretty sure. We'll see. Okay, looks like what's going on over here? Zerium versus Glorious. I think this is a loser's bracket. Yes, yes. Glorious is a fellow class representative of ESO, and he's also the Guild Master of Legend. We'll see how he does against Zerium, who did beat out Zealot. Oh my goodness, that burst! Glorious is pooping his pants. Zerium is just casually playing around Glorious like... Glorious is basically a fiddle. Zerium is playing the fiddle right now. What's going on? Glorious is trying to close the distance, but it's gonna be really hard for him. And there's the Dragon Leap and the Fossilize trying to get Zerium down. It's not gonna work because Zerium has so much damage, and there you go. It's... Wow, that was that was really fast. That was... I mean, the DK just did not have a chance to close the gap. It's just so much damage. Let us watch the instant replay. That was a pretty amazing fight, actually. Alright, this is what happened in the last 15 seconds. Glorious is kind of hanging in there with about 50% health. He leaps in after a Fossilize. Zerium sees the Fossilize coming because he immediately breaks free. He's CC immune. He's gonna stand his ground. He knows he can burst Glorious. Glorious tries to invade the block, and Zerium is gonna get him down with light attack weaving. And there you go. That's it. There's that moment. Glorious is just can't heal through it. If he can heal through it, he just doesn't have a chance. It's that fast. Look at that expert bar swap towards the end. Look at that. My goodness. Good job, Zerium. Really well fight. Good fight, good fight. I should have stuck with my normal build, Animus PKK said. Oh, are you in the tournament, Animus PKK? I felt like I had 2 left feet in both my matches. Oh, which one are you? Higher APM wins, that's right. Higher APM wins. But again, we'll see who is the winner. Who is the highest APM player? Oh, you're Battletoads. Well, really well done. Really good fights, dude. Yeah. Thanks for letting me interview you before the tournament started off. I'll try to come up with a better question next time. The Soul Harvest defiled the respawn after Leap hurt the healing power. Yep. Just couldn't heal through it. Did you get to pee? Yeah, that's an important question, Battletoads. Did you get to pee before the tournament? Maybe that's the reason why you felt like you had 2 left feet. Maybe you felt like you had 2 left testicles. I don't know. 2 left prostates. Did you pee, sir? Okay, you did? Well, now you can't blame the pee. Now you can blame the build. Perfect. Okay, looks like we got Teleporter versus Strat, or they're just building ulti off of each other, I'm pretty sure. Just to dump the ulti. There's the ulti, there's the ulti. It's gone, it's gone. Okay. It's gonna be Teleporter versus Strat, I think. Okay. Looks like Teleporter is representing the guild called Men Who Like Other Men. Nothing wrong with that, no king shaming in 2020. The Shadowrun, however, is shaming Strat's damage. And Teleporter is keeping up his relentless barrage of light attacks and clenches from afar. The Apollo, though, is going to have a distance, so it doesn't really matter where he goes within this dueling arena. He's always going to have Apollo on him, but he can say fuck you to the ritual, and there you go. And Strat is going to move out of his ritual. He's not going to recast it just yet. He's going to get CC'd. Teleporter is just kind of playing around him. He's dancing around Strat right here. He does relocate the ritual. However, he's not in the ritual. Teleporter is not in the ritual. Shadowrun's still active. Look at that! Oh my goodness! Look at that crystal fracture. Oh my god! That proc. Those 3 procs in a row. Oh my god! That's a lot of pressure. And Strat can feel it. He dodged what? How many times? Two times? Oh my goodness. And looks like they're gonna keep continuing under the commentator's box. Teleporter and Strat. They're gonna continue, but Teleporter has so much burst. As long as he's out of the ritual and tries to lure Strat out of the ritual, I don't think he's gonna really die. But he can definitely get a few hits in on Strat. And Strat relocates his ritual. The trap goes off on Teleporter. He's too busy bunny hopping to notice where the trap exactly was. There goes the CC. There goes the Shadowrun. There goes the Shard. And he almost dies. But the minor mending, the resolving vigor, it's just too much. It's going to be really hard to see who's going to finish off who, but I feel like in terms of the upper hand, definitely Teleporter has the upper hand. Strat missing quite a few jabs right there. Teleporter is just kind of playing ring around the rosy with him, and Strat just can't keep up. He's just making sure his ritual is down. That Dawnbreaker goes off. Dawnbreaker is not enough. Teleporter saw that coming from a mile away. And here we go. Oh my goodness. Look at that overload. Look at that overload. He switches back from the overload. He's still in the overload. He's gonna shield up. He's gonna shield up again. He's gonna do Boundless Storm. There goes the overload. There goes the Crystal Frag. He missed the light attack right there. Could have taken him down a chunk, but would not have killed him anyway. The Apollo goes off. The ritual is down. Crescent Sweep does not hit Teleporter. And you know, I feel like after watching this duel, I'm gonna join that guild, Men Who Like Other Men. I mean, it must be the secret behind how he's so good at dueling. I think if you like other men, that's a secret. That's how you become a good PvPer. Okay, here we go. We got the dance continuing. It feels like Teleporter is kind of playing around with him, but it also feels like if Strat can find a good window of opportunity, he can get Teleporter. Because Teleporter did dip low to half health earlier. Potentially he could make a mistake with that Dark Deal, but it's really hard to tell because Strat's damage is being mitigated. He just can't close the distance sometimes. And there goes Apollo again. Shadowrun on him. Strat is struggling. He put down a trap. He's going to try to play around that trap, I think, unless he's going to chase Teleporter out. He's not going to chase him beyond the boundaries of his ritual, I think. Yep. Strat said, fuck that, I'm not leaving my house. You know, there's a coronavirus pandemic, I'm not leaving my house. I'm just going to stay here. If you want to come to me, just come to me. I'm going to put this ritual down. And see you in 2021. I'm not going to get sick. Looks like the ritual's down. Pottle is up. Trap is still down. Teleporter definitely sees a trap. What do you think, Glorious? Who do you think is going to win? I feel like Teleporter is going to win.
I feel like from the pressure that he's been putting together, Teleporter's definitely gotten Strat lower more often. He's also been doing a good job keeping at least 4k or more shields up, which is really important for Sork. Which is why you see his health not moving at all. But I mean, you see right there, Strat still has some good damage, so it's entirely possible that he can pull something off. He is reacting well to the pressure, since it is a lot of pressure from an Overload Sork. That clench span is brutal though, right? Because you can eat those hits until one just gets you in a stun, and then you're in a lot of trouble.
Oh my goodness. What's the judge's timer at right now? How long has this been going on? 5 minutes? Feels
Probably
like 5 minutes.
about that, yeah.
Oh my goodness, the pressure is real. I feel like once Strat makes a mistake or gets really CC at the wrong time, he's gonna die. Looks like he's taking him down to about 60%, 75% health on Teleporter. Teleporter is rooted by the trap, but it doesn't seem to care. It looks like they're getting close to our box. Ritual's down under us. Pretty fancy moves going on from Teleporter. Look at that bar swap. Oh my goodness. The Vigor's up. The block is up. He's switching up to his two-hander. Hollow is up. They're just going at it now. I think they're starting to get tired of dancing around each other. I think they're going to go in for the kill. Strat's playing much more aggressively. He's starting to extend beyond his boundaries of Ritual if Teleport does get out of Ritual. Teleport is now also in the Ritual. He says, you know what, you're trying to self-quarantine yourself. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter. I'm going to come in with the coronavirus. And there you go. And he's just not taking damage. And there you go, the jabs. Jabs missed quite a lot. Quite a lot of jabs are missed. And the pressure is real, but Strat is really hanging in there, surprisingly. The Ellie Drain is up, but the Ellie Drain is cleansed. He's just going to stay in his house. Dark Deal's going off. Teleporter is not as cautious anymore, I feel like, compared to the early part of the duel. He's sort of... He doesn't really care anymore about the Ritual at this point. Looks like that shield is going to keep him really healthy from the Dawnbreaker. Looks like that CC's going out. He's going to go on the offensive. Never mind. He's going to shield one more time. He's going to bunny hop a few more times maybe. I think he's bunny hopped at least, by my count, 221 times. And there goes the clench. Ritual is down. Shadowrun is back up on Strat. There is no Ritual. There is no Ritual. There is no Ritual. Strat, what are you doing? He's keeping his vigor. Maybe he feels like he doesn't need it. Maybe he feels like it's a waste of a cast. Or maybe he's out of Magicka. There you go. There's the Ritual. Maybe he got Magicka back. And Ellie Drain is on him.
Yeah.
Oh, and Ellie Drain's on him. He can't cleanse it. He's out of mag. This is it. This could be it. This could be a window of opportunity for Teleporter. He's knocking him away from his own house. That was a really good move. But, you know, Strat just booked it. He went into the house for a brief moment. He's going to put Trap down. He's going to try to push. Wait, what happened there? Why did he dodge roll away? I think he was trying to miss or dodge roll a overload attack. It's pretty smart. Oh, man.
Teleport gets caught by the trap for the first time in a while. That could be a big deal. Nope, he's recovered.
So it's either Strat running a Magicka. Oh!
That's really close.
Oh my goodness! That clutch clench, the clutch clench. That's the best clench I've seen 2020. Looks like Teleporter maybe out of stamina. He's going for the execute. Oh my goodness! That bash read with the executioner. That was really well done.
That was a great recovery.
That was unexpected. I thought it was going to go on forever, but then Strat was like, you know, I hear you guys in the bleachers. Just shut the fuck out. Let me handle this. And he gets Teleporter. Wow. Wow. Let's do an instant replay. That was like, wow. Let's do an instant replay. Okay, so here's an instant replay for those of you watching at home. We got Teleporter. He's really low. He's got that Dark Deal going on. He's in the Ritual. He's being a little cocky. And there goes his Poddle. There goes his jabs. Shadowrun is trying to help his master. Shadowrun says, I can't do much. Maybe play Animal Crossing or something. Want some help. Okay, so there you go. That bash weave at the end. Look at that. Hold on. I'm going to do this frame by frame. Look at that bash weave. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at the animation clip. Oh my god. That's skill right there. That GG. Well played. Good fight. Really well done. Yeah, I felt a lot of people orgasm when they saw that execute go off. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, looks like it's gonna be Kiri, or Insentia, as he's known in the game, versus, and I do apologize for misreading Devout Lion's name earlier. I was calling him Devolution. Anyway, it's Devout versus Kiri, two Stamplars. What a common theme tonight. Just a really powerful powerhouse of a class in both PvP and PvE. I mean, it's ridiculous right now, PvE and PvP. So let's see what happens. Kiri has a big fan base, from what I can tell in Twitch chat. So let's see who wins, Devout or Kiri. Kiri is actually deciding to take the fight out of the Venn diagram of rituals here. But it looks like once both of their rituals are intersecting, okay, good. Oh my God, Kiri is going for the kill. Devout, what are you doing? Devout, stop blocking. Yeah, dodge roll to execution. And the Apollo goes off. I mean, Kiri is just, he's so nice. I don't know what build he's using, but Devout, you gotta ask him for his build later, dude. This is so much pressure. Look at that Apollo. He's healed back up to full, but it's not gonna last too long. Kiri is just going in. Oh my goodness. And the rituals are intersecting again. Ritual has been relocated, and Kiri is just, I think this is the first time we've seen a Stamplar tonight from this dueling tournament. The first time a Stamplar decided, you know what, I'm not going to fight it out in both of the rituals, I'm going to take it outside. And it looks like Devout is going to go down. Oh my goodness, that was so much pressure. Somebody PM Insentia and ask him for his build. I want that build on my desk by tomorrow morning. That was really well done. That was really well done. And we're gonna actually try to see if we can get an instant replay from that. Okay, we do have an instant replay available. Let's see. Okay, instant replay. Here goes Kiri versus Devout Lion. Devout Lion was just being constantly pressured throughout the entire match. And he's trying to get a footing, but it just doesn't happen. And there goes a bar swap to a two-hander. He breaks free. It's too late because the moment he breaks free, it's over. Okay, what's the next matchup? Oh no. What's he doing? What the heck is Kiri doing? Was he eating something?
Might have his food low.
Oh. Okay, who do you think is gonna win? This is Kiri versus Dogard. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be an interesting matchup. Oh, looks like he's playing dead. Okay, looks like they are both playing dead. Is this them saying, okay, let's split the 500k gold? What's going on here? Okay, looks like Kiri is the first to decide, you know what, I'm gonna stop. I want that 500k gold all to myself. So, here we go. Dogard versus Kiri. This is gonna be definitely a top match of the night. Looks like Dogard is also facing the same problems as Devout did. Kiri's just having so much pressure on his opponents, it's insane. I think I just saw a Pierce there, or Ransack, I believe, with his Sword and Board. So he does have the advantage of Major Fracture, for sure. So that's going to provide quite a lot of penetration for himself. Dogard's going to get penetrated, is what I'm saying, basically, guys. Okay, Dogard is fighting back, though. He's not going to take it. You saw what happened if you don't play safe with Kiri. You saw Devout Lion go down. He's like, that's not going to be me. That's not going to be me. And Kiri is going to be trying to pressure Dogard. And Dogard is getting pressured. I don't think I've seen Kiri's health bar go down below 70%. This is insane. And Dogard is fighting back fiercely. I mean, this is high level PvP right here. Here we go. We got Dogard on the ropes. Kiri's getting CC'd. He's instantly healing back up. Dogard is struggling to keep up his healing in comparison to Kiri, but Kiri is almost 50% health. What's going on? Dogard, that's not when you execute. That's not when you execute. Somebody take Dogard to a dungeon. That's not when you start executing. Oh, no, Dogard, what are you doing? Okay, Dogard is putting pressure on Kiri. This is now an even match. Oh, goodness. That mistimed execute is gonna bite Dogard in the ass later on in the duel. I feel like he could have finished Kiri, maybe, potentially. I don't know, we'll see. Kiri is struggling now. They're both kind of on even footing at this point. Oh, here we go. Dogard is hunting down Kiri. Kiri is now on the defensive, very visible to most casual observers. They are dancing around each other. Kiri just stunned Dogard. Dogard's in a heavy attack weave for some stam. He's in a bash weave and stun Kiri back. And this is it. They're just duking it out. Made a better Stamplar win at this point. They are very, very precise at timing their CCs, plus keeping up their buffs. At first, it was Dogard backed up into the corner. He pushed his way out, almost got Kiri, and now Kiri is struggling with him in the middle of the arena. I don't know. We got a lot of people in the audience saying Dogard might win, or I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, looks like Dogard is playing it safe. He's making sure he has enough stam for the break free. He's putting his ritual back down. Looks like the jabs are going to go off. The jabs are going to go off. Kiri's on the defensive. Kiri's going to go back on the offensive. And Dogard's going to, in return, swap back to the Sword and Board bar. Ritual, Poddle, jab, what's next? Crescent sweep from Dogard. Here we go. And another crescent sweep from Kiri. This is amazing. This is very intense to watch. Nice bar swap animation cancel from Dogard. He's gonna keep us healing up. Kiri is trying to find the weak spot. He's trying to find a chink in his armor. And yes, I'm Asian, I can say chink in the armor. But he's trying to find the chink in the armor of Kiri here. And Kiri's not letting him. Kiri is just saying, you know what? I'm gonna find a chink in your armor. And both of them, at this point, they're just... I think it's gonna be a draw. I think it's gonna be a draw. And we'll see if the judges will make a decision. But it's kind of hard to tell because we thought, you know, Teleporter versus Strat was gonna be a draw. But maybe the first person who makes a mistake, the first person who mistimes their CC or, you know, mistimes anything, I think is gonna be the loser here, guys.
It's been a while since either of them gotten below like 60%.
Yeah, I mean, Dogard was on the ropes, but he came back. He came back hard. Now Kiri's like, man, I wish it was the first 2 minutes of the fight where I had to scout the ropes. But now, you know, they're kind of even at this point. What's the timer at?
4.5 minutes, almost 5.
Left or oh, elapsed. Okay.
It's been 4.5, so it's basically about 5 minutes left.
Okay, we got 5 more minutes in the duel. 5 minutes of who makes the first mistake. Who makes the first mistake? I hope everyone on the stream is enjoying the selection of music we have tonight for the PvP duel tonight. You know, I don't think it's even gonna be the first person who makes a mistake. You know what's gonna happen? I think it's the first person who gets tired of clicking their mouse button. That's what's gonna happen. Maybe Dogard will like, maybe Dogard's wrist will like seize up, and like he has like fucking arthritis or something, or maybe Kiri will like, I don't know, maybe he has a pet cat and the pet cat's gonna like scratch his fingers or something. I don't know. Whatever is gonna happen, it's gonna happen. At this point though, I think it's gonna be a draw. Wait, what was that? What was that? Kiri, I think, heard some of the comments from Twitch chat while he was dueling, and he's trying to give the audience a kill. Dogard just missed quite a few jabs there. Kiri, come on, dude, that's not when you execute. He has the same problem as Dogard. We need to take them to dungeons or trials or something, dude. And they show them when to execute. That is not appropriate. Okay, looks like Dogard is on the ropes yet again. I think Dogard just got a bit too cocky. I think Kiri was trying to get him into some sort of pattern so he can exploit it. Looks like Dogard is gonna. Oh my goodness, he's He's almost close to 50% health. Oh my goodness. Okay, Kiri's also getting beaten back. He's got a bruise on his soul. And Dogard is going to get CC'd. The jabs is on point from Kiri's side. I mean, the jabs is really on point. I don't think he's missed a single jab right there in that moment right there. Look at that. Okay, Dogard is coming back with even more precise jabs, but Dogard is going to go back on the defensive. And there we go. Kiri is back on the defensive. He's trying to find another window of opportunity. I mean, this is... They're going toe-to-toe. Okay, it looks like Dogard is... It's hard to tell at times at various points which one's got the upper hand. It's really... Unless it's like 100% health versus like 50% health. It's really hard to tell. They're both dipping in up and down. But it's really hard. Okay, well, I think we can safely say right now, Dogard is dipping the lowest. Kiri is trying to find another weak spot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're gonna have to see if this does stalemate. We're at the 2-minute warning now. We're gonna have to look maybe at their sets and then compare how many times each person got low and see if there's any major influencing factors, and we'll go from there. It's gonna be a tough call, though. They're both playing really well.
I mean, in your opinion, as both the PvPer and the judge, who do you think is gonna win, like, by decision? It's really hard to tell. It's like, I mean, they both. It's really good.
If you're just speaking from the what it looks like, right? We could probably say maybe 1 or 2 more times Dogard's gotten lower. They both have almost identical HP. It's kind of funny here. He has exactly 26,999. The hard part, right, is getting low is important, but also maybe it's that Kiri is running a backbar defensive set and Dogard's not. So when we have to look at that. If they're both running offensive sets, it might be a bit more clear cut, but we'll have to see. Because you definitely don't want to just give it to the person who gets lower more often if the other person's like just playing super defensive with a little burst.
Man, I did not envy the judges' responsibility on this one. Oh my goodness, they're gonna keep going. You know, 20 years from now, people will say Dogard and Kiri are still duking out in Scuba Steve's house. Okay, looks like Trix, one of the judges, is stepping in. He's saying, okay, look you fucks, we just watched 10 minutes of you dueling. That's enough screen time. Get out. We're gonna deliberate. This is the first This is actually the first duel of the night of today's tournament, where we're gonna actually have judges decide who the winner is based on their sets and the performance of both players. I mean, regardless though, you can definitely tell that they're both really good players. Like, it was a really good fight. It was a really good fight. And I told Glorious just now, I don't think he's in the voice channel right now, but I did not envy the responsibility of deciding who the winner is. You know, I think it's gonna be a very tough decision for anyone to make. Alright, no, I don't really have a CMX bars check. I'm not a participant. But, I'm gonna show you guys the brackets. And, let's go from there. Okay, so, let's look at this. The main brackets right here, after all these duels, it was Dogard versus Kiri right here. And they matched up here, I believe. Or will match up here? Hold on, I think there's more to this. Okay, yeah, so... Okay, something's alright. Okay, Dogard versus Kiri. I think we have to still finish up the losers bracket. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty interesting. Oh, okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, so Devout versus Juan, Notorious versus Strat, and it's gonna be whoever wins this one by decision versus whoever wins the losers bracket, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys are enjoying today's stream so far. Yeah, we're probably gonna do this regularly, or not regularly, but like anytime there's a dueling tournament by Legend, maybe probably. We do have another 2v2 tournament coming up on May 9th, so we're definitely checking on that. Hopefully people from the stream will get more interested in dueling.
Based on sets which we looked at and then damage done, as well as just the sheer amount of pressure, we moved Kiri along, although both of them played really great, and that was...
So what were the sets? Just to like explain to the chat which one, why you made the decision you did as judges.
Yeah, they were both running medium armor, and they were both running 2 offensive sets, as well as Bloodspawn, which, if you can see it, both of them had Bloodspawn proccing, so based on that, we were pretty much able to say, okay, well, if they're both running 2 damage sets in medium armor, and had Bloodspawn on, then that's pretty much like the sets are all equal, so it's going to be whoever did more damage and had more pressure, which was Kiri.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I think definitely the first 2 minutes was like, okay, Dogard's probably gonna die, right? And then it kind of evened out. Dogard almost got Kiri, but then, yeah, I think that's a fair decision.
Yeah, it was helpful that they both came running damage sets, right? Because if one of them came in like Fortify Brass and another defensive set, it might have been a bit more of a tough decision, or not mirror matchup as much, which it makes it even harder to decide. But that was pretty clear cut, which was a lot easier to decide. Still a great fight. Those were
yeah,
both
it was
really
an
good
amazing
players.
fight. I learned a lot,
Like-
actually. I'm gonna ask here for his bill.
Yeah, good luck.
Why? He's not gonna give it to me?
Trade secrets.
Wow! Okay, whatever. Fine, I'll make my own bill. Okay, who's next?
It's going to be, I believe, Trix versus Speedy, if they are still around, which they are, and they're going off now.
Okay, Trix versus Speedy, you said? Terabad?
Terabad or Speedy, yeah.
Okay,
Terabad,
we'll
I
call him
think, is
Speedy.
what he goes by.
Just sort of easy, makes it easy. Oh, there's the instantaneous spear by Speedy with the circle protection. And Trix is, again, he's maintaining his distance just like Zerium and he did with the other duels. Looks like Trix just let off a wasted bow proc, dodged by Speedy. And Speedy is a, what is this, Samsung? Can't tell.
Yes, he's a stamp sword.
Okay, yeah, same story. Okay, well, that dark deal at the end. Wow, okay, that dark deal at the end was unfortunate timing.
Yeah, that was a lot of burst. Trix is a really good Magnite blade.
You
It was
mean-
interesting. I noticed that Terabad had switched from, he was using Room Cage in some duels before, and had switched to the Fear, which I think is a good play for the offensive move. But that was just
That was a
some good
really
research
short
there.
fight. Holy crap. I don't want to meet Trix in PvP. Okay, let's see. Instant replay. Let's see what happened. Okay, so Trix has him on the ropes. I mean, the distance, though. It's such a big advantage in dueling. And Speedy is going in for the kill, but then he gets feared, the Incap, or Soul Strike, or Soul Harvest, and that Kyonar proc at the same time, and the unfortunate Dark Deal. I felt like maybe he felt like he didn't have a choice here. Maybe he was out of, like, stand? Maybe? And that's why he Dark Deal, but it was a really unfortunate timing that took down this health. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and the cut, because Jalnar proc really helped line up that combo really well, which is why
Right.
it's pretty popular in Magnite Blade.
You know, I was theory crafting my own dueling build, and I look at Kalnar, and I'm like, wait, this isn't Van? This thing's OP.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing, Good thing is that you can react to it at least, so it's a little bit counterable. But like you see there, right? If you get a good fear or something off, then they really do have it's an additional bow proc basically for a Nightblade, or and it's a little bit more reliable than some Calurians, which you basically can't DPS when you're.
Okay, so this is Hooded versus Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve! You got some hot tips from Kiri earlier, that's why he's beating Hooded. I saw them whispering to each other at the entrance of the house. Okay, so Scuba Steve is on the offensive against Hooded. Hooded is like running away. He's like, I don't want you here. And Scuba Steve said, hello. Hello, little boy. And then
that was a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that was a lot of pressure just from the onset. Oh, okay. That was a lot of pressure. Press F in chat for Hooded. Oh my goodness.
Sometimes if you let the Stam DK get running, it's kind of like a train you can't stop with their damage, so...
We're gonna do an instant replay of that one. Alright. Oh my god, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Look at that. Oh my god. The animation cancel with the executioner. That's pretty good. It's really good. Kjalnar. Kjalnar. It's from the Unhallowed Grave dungeon. Yeah, I don't know, Shing. I don't know. That was a lot of damage. That was scarier than Outlast 2 we played last night. You know, looking at all these players, I hope I never meet them as enemies in Cyrodiil in Battlegrounds. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a Stam Key build with a bow in PvP recently. I mean, I look at YouTube build videos and stuff like that for like inspiration for PvP, but none of them have bow. And Sword and More than 200 is just too good. I'm gonna assume, because Jesus.
I think the only person I see who uses a bow on Stam DK consistently that I have heard of lately has been Bissalobo. He's an EU streamer, and he's a Stam DK, plays it a lot, and he uses a bow, from what I remember. But yeah, you're right. Like Sword and Board backbar is just really strong.
Okay, it's Strat versus Scuba. Sorry, what?
Yep. No, you're right. That was an announce.
Okay, Strat has his trap down. Scuba's like, I'm not gonna play in your house, dude. Just come out and play. And he's keeping his toes in and out of the ritual, but you know, Strat is really good. I've noticed from his past tools that he's really good at deciding when to place his ritual. Because the moment his enemy starts to engage him, he's like, alright, ritual down. And that kind of forces the enemy to reconsider their positioning, which is pretty nice to see. Scuba Steve does not want to get into that trap. And, you know, Strat is seeing that, and he's going to put down a different trap. And he goes into the trap. Scuba just... I think he had his back turned when he casted the trap, unfortunately. And there goes the Poddle. There goes the Dragon Leap. And there goes the Noxious Breath. A bit too late for Noxious Breath. I'm going to apply that before Dragon Leap, maybe. But I think he had a Ritual Cleanse. And there goes the trap again. There's no Ritual yet. There's the Ritual. Scuba Steve versus Strat. Who's going to win? Who's going to be victor of this duel? And there goes the trap again. Scuba Steve is getting annoyed. You can tell. He's getting furious. There goes that Noxious Breath. There goes the CC from Strat. Will Scuba Steve decide to stand in the ritual? He's gonna say yes. I don't care. I'm gonna Dragon Leap you in execution. Oh my goodness. Well fought. Really good fight.
That's some really good burst.
That was a ton of burst. I mean, what's his build? Okay. Anyway, let's see. Instant replay then. Okay, here we go. Instant replay. So this was Scuba Steve versus Strat. And as you can see, guys, he's staying in his house. He's like, I'm a Templar. I follow the creed of Roble. And there goes the Dragon Leap. He blocks it after animation canceling the jabs for that block, but it's not enough. Because the moment he Dragon Leaps, despite being rude, there he goes. That's so much damage. It's so much damage. Look at that smooth animation canceling right there. It's really well done. Okay, and what is this? Is this a duel? Devout
Yep, this is
versus
Trix
Trix?
versus Devout.
Looks like Trix is doing the old classic duel come on, or duel greeting, for those of you who don't know, a long time ago. Generally accepted, and still is today to a degree, although not as much as back then. If you hold block and jump up and down at least twice, that means you won a duel. But nowadays, if you do that in Cyrodiil, you just get zerged down by 50 people. Alright, Trix is on the defensive. He's trying to fear. He mistimed the CC. Devout line says, okay, if you're not going to come into the house, I'm bringing the house to you. And there goes Trix with the CC. He incaps. Oh, Devout. He's almost got him. He's going to weave in and out of the ritual. And he cleanses the heal debuff. This is going to be an intense match. I think both are really good players, and both have really, I think, blast kind of cannon builds. Except Stamplar has an advantage for sure in terms of the cleanse and the minor mending. So we'll see, we'll see. However, Trix does definitely have the maneuverability and the damage to compensate for the Stamplar. Oh my goodness, that Kjolnir is insane. Yeah, that was really good. Who do you think is going to win this fight?
Line those up. I think that Trix needs to play it perfectly, because you can see there's a sheer amount of pressure that Stam Templar and Devout in particular is also a good player, and he's just having so much pressure. So as long as Trix plays it perfectly and doesn't get caught by a combo, he can land enough damage to get a burst too. It's definitely a bit harder, right? Because you don't have your HOTS rolling as much on a Magicka Nightblade. And the pressure isn't as real. You have to really get all the bursts lined up in a nice small window.
Oh my goodness. You're right. The more I look, the more I observe this fight, it's Trixie. I can't call him Trixie. Trix definitely is playing on ice. Very thin ice. But he's timing his burst combos really well, with, like just now. Oh my goodness. I'm learning a lot from these duels, surprisingly. Alright, so it looks like Devout Lion is still trying to close the gap between him and Trix. Trix is trying to kind of get out. He's put down his shade. He's going to lead him away from the shade. Fear him, maybe try to burst him down here. I think he's going to teleport here pretty soon. There you go. He's away from that crescent sweep, that nasty sweep. And Trix gets stunned. But Devout Lion also gets stunned as well. So this is pretty cool. And Trix is still staying in the ritual. He does port out of safety. And oh, that light attack plus bow proc combo with the Swallow Soul. And this could be it. This could be it.
There might be it.
This could be it. Come on, Kjolnir proc. Come on, Kjolnir proc. Oh, he missed the light attack. Oh, there goes the Dawnbreaker. There goes the... Pour it out, Trix. Oh, he did it. Okay, Devout Lion is furious. He had a moment to kind of try to get Trix right there, but he is now getting low. He is getting very low. Trix is getting CC'd right here. They're kind of going back to their usual pattern of the fight. He's put down his shade. That shade is really doing the wonders. Like it's pulling so much work for Trix. But Trix is also, he knows when to use that shade as well. It's really good player.
You gotta kind of want to root for the Magnite Blade in this battle when Templars are really strong and.
You know what? I'm rooting for Trix.
Underdog.
I hope Trix wins. No offense to Devout Lion, really good player as well, but god damn, Trix has won my heart in this tournament. I thought it was gonna be Dogard. I thought it was gonna be Daddy Dogard or maybe Aurelia again with that memento in the last tournament, but I think Trix is my favorite so far in this duel tournament. But looks like he's getting these combos really well done. Devout Lion is like it's like he's just trying to keep up at this point. And Trix is, I think, getting much more comfortable in fighting his playstyle. Really nice to see. Oh, looks like we had some drama that's unfolding in Twitch chat, or a tale of drama, a dramatic tale. Apparently, Twix and Devout Lion have a mother and daughter relationship. So this may be Trix! There you go. Trix just CC'd them just in time before Devout Lion could finish him off. Looks like the mother and daughter relationship is getting pretty toxic at this point. I think I would recommend family therapy instead of dueling, but why not? Okay, Trix is back to using his shade. The Pottle is still on him. That Pottle is so much pressure. It's just so much pressure. You just have to be careful of it. You guys can tell by now, Trix is always shielding before that Pottle goes off. That's just how much precaution you have to take. And there you go. The shade puts him out of danger's reach. And Devout Line is going back in with a Pottle. And then he's going to light attack, bar swap, jab. I think he can get a CC in here pretty soon. There's a CC. There's a counter though. And they both might have to go on the defensive for now, kind of maintain distance, but I think Devout Line it says, fuck it, we've been playing around for too long, let's go, I'm gonna keep going. And there's a heavy attack weave to the bar swap, and the Pottle is gonna go off, and the Defile is gonna go off from the Soul Harvest. That Kyonar proc, what a godsend. And the Shade proc, oh my goodness, that was such a dynamic, such a smooth looking transition from Trix. Oh my goodness. Like Trix missed the light attack. I wonder if they have them tap. I wonder if they have each other tap targeted. Oh, there. Oh, okay. That Kyonar proc literally saved Trix right there. That CC from Kyonar. That okay. I think Kyonar is definitely gonna be a go-to monster set for a lot of people if they're gonna get into dueling. It's just. It looks so good. It looks so good. I don't know. Have you tried Kyonar yet, Glorious?
I have not. You
should try it. That looks fucking strong as fuck.
I don't have the APM, man. I'm
The what?
Old man, low APM.
What do you mean, old man, low APM?
That's the 10-minute.
All right. Wow, that was a really good fight. Well done. Good fight to everybody. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, a lot of people don't know this because most of you guys watching the stream probably didn't play ESO when it came out, or maybe picked up ESO after Morrowind or something like that. But when you want to duel someone in open world Cyrodiil or something like that, it used to be this dueling etiquette. You hold block, jump up and down once or twice. That generally meant you wanted to duel. Obviously not everybody back then knew about it, but a lot more people knew about it back then compared to today. If you try that shit in Cyrodiil right now, just get zerged. But hopefully we do see a rise in interest in dueling. These are really good fights today we're showcasing here on the stream tonight. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Looks like the judges are deliberating on who the winner is going to be by stalemate. Well, you know, I'm biased, right? I'm biased. I'm a biased commentator. But Trix has stolen my heart. Trix has definitely stolen my heart. I think Trix deserves the win considering, I mean, the amount of times he got Devout low was a lot more, I feel like, than Devout did. I think Devout definitely got him low quite a few times in the early part of the fight, but then Trix kind of kept it up more so towards the middle, and we'll see what the judges have to say. I am like on the edge of my seat right now to see what the judges are going to say about that fight. Let me show you guys the brackets while we wait. Let's see. So the brackets, yes, the brackets. We have whoever wins between Devout and Trix will go on to win. Or go on to battle whoever wins between Notorious and Scuba. I think Scuba won. So yeah, whoever wins is between. Okay, so Dogard's on losers round 7. And Kiri's kind of waiting in the upper tier bracket, waiting for a challenger. He's like sitting on his goddamn drone, seeing who's gonna win and face him in the final match. Who do you guys want to win? Who do you guys want to see win? What are you rooting for? Who do you like so far in terms of play style and all that? I am so nervous. What are the judges gonna say? I'm so curious.
Oh, we have the ruling. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I've been hanging out in here. So we had looked at sets, we looked at offensive pressure, and we decided that Trix is going to move on.
Oh,
really cool fight, though.
Trix! You know what? Honestly, yeah, you know, I'm no PvP professional or a judge, but yeah, I think Trix won that one. I'm a bit biased, but we'll see. Okay, so Trix is gonna move on. But really well done. Really good fight to both of them. I think they both had difficulty both praising each other and then fighting each other. You could tell that Trix definitely got more used to the playstyle of Devout. And Devout almost had him, for sure, at a lot of points. So, yeah. So who's next? Who is next?
I think Notorious might be logging back on, so I need to...
Notorious. Isn't it Trix versus Scuba?
I need to check really quickly. I think he... yeah.
So we showed advertisements for 2 guilds, one on PCNA, one on PCU. If you guys wanna, you know, make ads for your guilds and you want to display it on the next dueling tournament stream, I'd be more than happy to do so. No need to pay gold or whatever, because it's more of a community thing. I heard a dueling standard. Okay, there we go. Looks like Hooded had no food in his matchup against Scuba. I wonder if that's something like legitimate you could like bring up to the judges for a rematch, maybe. But I don't know. Oh, you're gonna rematch him in the back after just for the lulz. Okay. Which one was PCU? The PCU was the largest group of social guilds, the Roses. Do you guys want me to show you the ad again? And the other video ad was for Latency Challenged on PC North America. It's a PvE rating guild for those of you interested in getting into trials and other endgame PvE. For whatever, they run Oceanic time and, you know, Asia time. So for those of you who are not living in North America or this hemisphere, then that could be a consideration. I like Scuba Steve's style. He's like waving or dancing. I can't tell what he's doing. He's doing something. I don't think there are any rules against intoxication, but if there ever was, this might apply to Scuba Steve. Looks like it's gonna be Trix, our crowd favorite, versus Scuba Steve, StamDK. Who's gonna win? The elusive Nightblade, or a very, very bursty, strong DK? And they both have insane amount of burst. I think this is going to be another high level of PvP gameplay we're going to watch here tonight on the stream. Look at that bow proc. Oh my god. That Kyonar though. I really want a set. Who wants to go farm on Holograde with me after the stream? I'm just kidding. But that Kyonar is working wonders yet again for Trix. And looks like compared to the previous duels, Scuba Steve is kind of playing it safe, kind of playing it cautious. He's closing the gap when he needs to. The Kyonar is gonna make him sort of be wary about that combination he's been watching. I mean, he has been watching Trix, so he knows what's coming. Now the question is, can he execute defending himself? It's going to be a tough one to decide right here. And Trix, how is he going to handle the burst damage from Scuba? I think he's probably going to keep his distance, just like he's always done in the previous fights. Who do you think is going to win, Glorious?
I think they both have a lot of burst. I really think that StamDK's leap burst is insane, like right there.
Oh, fuck! It's Trix, no! The dream! It's over. Trix is going home. Trix is going home. Yeah, the dream is over. Alright, that's the end of the stream. Bye, guys. No, just kidding. Trix is going home. Trix is going home. That's unfortunate. Scuba Steve told Trix, pack up your bags. No, he sucked the soul out of Trix, beat the shit out of the soul and put it back in him. And he said, pack your bags and go home. It's over. Let's see the instant replay on that, because that went by really fucking fast. Let me bring the instant replay up. Okay, instant replay. So this is Scuba Steve versus Trix PK, and you know, it was hard to tell, as Glorious said, but I think Glorious was also considering StamDK was going to win. The cameraman is being pretty bad. Okay, Trix just got a Dragon Leap. He blocked it. Scuba Steve is going to Wrecking Blow, and he gets the CC on Trix. And Trix is on the floor. He can't do anything. He just can't do anything. He tried to fear Scuba. Hold on. Oh, wrong one. He tried to fear Scuba after that Dragon Leap. But he still had CC immunity here. So he could have maybe used that global cooldown for a shield, or maybe a port. Let's see if he had any like shade. He had a shade here he could have potentially used. And say he tried to fear him. Maybe that was the mistake right here. And there you go. There's the execution. Well done. Good fight to both sides.
Next fight is going to be Thogard versus Scuba in the top 3 spot.
So this is like, whoever wins this goes up against Kiri.
Yes, into the winner of loser's bracket fights Kiri.
Oh boy, who's gonna win? Daddy Thogard, the Stamplar, versus Scuba Steve, the Stamina Dragon Knight, who's been just tearing up everybody. Looks like Thogard changed his skill or two there. I think he was looking at a skill book, which is fine. And Thogard's gonna go in. He's gonna heavy attack, weave a Ransec plus an animation cancel with a block, and he's gonna stun Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve's gonna have a lot of trouble, I think, with the Pottle and the Ritual, but we have seen him burst down a couple Stamplars before, so this is not his first rodeo with a Stamplar. But Thogard is, I think, wary of Scuba Steve's burst damage for sure. He's definitely keeping up block a little bit more than usual from what I've seen. And there you go, there's the execution. Thogard has learned maybe, oh my god, Thogard gets it. Thogard finally learned when to execute a target. Really well done, Thogard. Really good job. That was really fast, but that was a lot of pressure. You could tell from Thogard. Let's see the instant replay of that one. That was unexpected. I felt like potentially Scuba had a chance because he did demolish a couple of Stamplars in their own houses. So let's watch the instant replay here. Okay, so we have the instant replay. Again, Scuba is under a lot of pressure. From the moment this duel started, Scuba was under pressure. I mean, Jesus, look at that. There's a light weave with the Executioner. The healing is not enough. The healing is not enough. I think he swapped a bit too early from his Sword and Board bar to his two-hander. A bit too early. I think kind of underestimated the damage right there, and that's what probably got him at the end right there. The fact that he was on this two-hander bar. So, and the moment when you bar swap, you're not actually blocking. So that could have been the real factor there, right there. All right, let's go back. Who's up next? What is this? Who's the next match? This is so much fun. Okay, I think, let me show the bracket now for you guys. So the bracket, alright, so Kiri versus Thogard. I think this is it. I think this is the last match of tonight's dueling tournament hosted by Legend. Make sure you guys check out their Discord link. Come to the Discord server if you're interested in dueling. If you're interested in signing in for future tournaments like these, definitely do so. If you don't know where to start with dueling, feel free to reach out to any Glorious, maybe, in Legend Discord. He's also one of the ESO class representatives, so he can definitely help you out. Yeah, dueling is a really fun thing to do in ESO, for sure. But yeah, here we go. Kiri versus Dogard. Let's see who wins. Stamplar versus Stamplar. Trix was sent home by Scuba Steve. He lost against Scuba Steve, and Scuba Steve lost against Dogard. Now it's going to be Dogard versus Kiri. Two of the crowd's favorites, judging from the Twitch chat earlier. I think the Templar may win instead of the other Templar. That's pretty cheeky. Pretty clever. Alright, we're kind of waiting, I think, on the final matchup to be set up here. So again, it's going to be Dogard versus Kiri, I believe. And make sure you guys check out the rulebook if you're confused as to what's going on in terms of sets and so forth. And again, I'm going to show the bracket here real quick again, just to catch up everybody. Oh wait, I think they're actually going to start here pretty soon.
Yep. Okay. So just a little info on what just happened. In order to try to stop a stalemate, they were both running Bloodspawn, and we had a conversation. They're both willing to switch to a new set. So they're both running Celine's, I believe, but I'm not quite sure. Only thing is that one of them I think is slightly over the health cap, but that's fine.
So is this a best out of 3, or just like whoever wins wins? So,
to my knowledge, and I need to check with the other officers, it's going to be if Kiri wins, he will be best out of 1. If Dogard wins, then it would be swipe the slate, and then they would have to do another duel. Might be best of 2. I would need to talk, or best of 3 there. I need to talk to the other officers and judges to make sure that I'm correct on that.
All right. Well, it looks like Dogard is on the ropes versus Kiri. I mean, wow. Okay, the Celine's proccing from both of them. Pretty insane. And the Apollo's going out. They're staying in both of their houses. I mean, the rituals are intersecting, making a Venn diagram of death. And Kiri is actually gonna do what he did earlier. I think he's gonna take the fight, or try to take the fight out of the rituals, both rituals, potentially. But I think he sees a golden opportunity with how Dogard seems much squishier compared to his previous opponents. And there goes a Dawnbreaker from Dogard. Dogard's gonna keep jabbing. That Apollo goes off on Dogard, which forces him to go back to his sword and board bar. This is pretty intense. This is it. This is it. Whoever wins this, if Kiri wins, he gets at least 500,000 gold. If Dogard wins, he gets potentially at least 500,000 gold. We'll see what happens. And there we go. Dogard is just dipping a lot more in health than Kiri. Kiri is just really on point with his jabs. I think he escaped. Oh, Dogard, what are you doing, Dogard? And he's gonna die from that execution, plus the Apollo, plus the CC. It's that was a really short fight, but really good fight nonetheless. And I think that's it. That's the winner of tonight's only tournament.
Yep. Since Kiri was in the winner's bracket, if he had to win 1 to be the champion, so he is the champion.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The champion of tonight's Legend Dueling Tournament 1v1 on the 26th of April, 2020 is Kiri, or Incentious. And I think a lot of people said Kiri is going to win the Dueling Tournament in the early part of the stream. So, for those of you who did predict correctly, good job. Maybe we can set up a gambling pool.